Hi, hello everyone, it's me, Pulveron, and today we are going to continue playing Roadwarden. Now, I'm very excited to continue playing Roadwarden because I do believe we are actually close to the end. Very close. I don't think we'll be able to finish it within this stream, but probably in 2 streams, maybe? Maybe next stream or in 2 more streams. I'm not sure, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to continue playing this game. So let's go. Ta-da! Okay. And let's load the game. Roadwarden. Gosh. I made a list, right? I made a list of what to do and I realized I have so many things to do, but thinking, because I'm just guessing upon how many quests we have already done and how many things we've done and what the characters keep saying, it seems like we can already reach the end now. I can choose to end it now, but the thing is that I want to have a good ending. I don't know how many endings there are in Roadwarden. I'm pretty sure that there's gotta be multiple endings in Roadwarden because, oh my goodness, there's just way too many choices. Thus, your girly Keroru can die anytime, any day. So we'll see what'll happen, I guess. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hear he, everyone. Some communities distinguish tameable animals from dangerous beasts, while others see them as wild monsters or dark creatures, the enemies of our kind. I see. Okay, let's go, you guys. I'm very excited. Can't believe we're close to the end, and well, that's just my guess. But for sure, if you ask me which ones do I want, a really nice ending, hopefully, it's definitely Eudocia and Foggy, because those two are my favorite. If I tell you guys who I'm worried about the most, it's definitely the guys at the creeks, because they're just way too sweet. Let's continue. Oh, where am I now? Ah, okay, I think we're leaving. Okay, let me see. Let me look at my list. So we have to go to Gamdenson. Gotcha. We need money. Inventory. How much money do we have? Oh, okay. We only have a few. I remember I have a long list, you guys. Very list. The loading's crazy. We need to go here. But we also need to go here. I'm thinking if I want to go here first, but I think what we should do for now, because I want to go also here, because I'm wondering if we didn't finish yet the quest with the hunters, and the hunters might be here somewhere. I don't know if there's any survivors at this point, but I'm gonna guess that there could be, because again, this is Roadwarden. Anything can happen. Anything is awesome. Well, everything is awesome. Let me see. Okay, let's go to first Pelt of the North. Okay, we'll go to Pelt of the North. We'll go going along my list. We're gonna follow my list. The guard welcomes you with a nod as you ride in. The other hunters sitting at the table, gambling for apples. You hear clinking of tools coming from the armorer's workshop. I head to the armorer. I'm in need of your services. Oh, please fix my Gambinson. I need it to be. Oh, your jacket's as good as the armorer can make it. Well, thank you. Okay, I leave the shed. I approach the guards because I want some money. Money. If you have a coin, I could throw some dice. How about some? You know what? Why not try the axe throwing? I think I'm gonna lose this, but I'm ready when you are. If you think you can handle it, we'll throw 8 times. It's going to take us half an hour or so. 4 players, each one bets a coin. Winner takes all. It's still in. I'm ready when you are. Oh gosh. You're meant to aim at the target down with the charcoal. The person whose axe lands at the closest to the center circle gets a point. The axes that fail to stay in the plank don't count. The person who has the most points at the end of the last turn becomes the winner. As a guest, you start with the first row. Your axe flies, hitting the very middle painted target, piercing the plank with a pleasant thud, which makes it really difficult for other players to outperform you. A minute later, you've won the first round, but you can't expect to be lucky every time. All I can do is do my best, you guys. You know, let's roll the dice. No, I lost one. After a long series of misses, you finish 1 point, the second last place. You gave the gasping winner your dragon bone. Cheers, he says. But doesn't make a big deal of it. The lighthearted comments of the losers lighten up the mood. Dalit approaches you with a smile. I walk away. I enter the inn. I go to the to the head, the inner guy. Any leftovers? Not today. Okay. Glossiest band. Okay, Mayor of Howlersdale. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so let me just place it here too. Howlersdale. 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 Oh my goodness, how could I forget that I need to go to the Sleeping Giant? That was the first thing that we needed to do. But like, whatever. Who should I ask about? I don't remember who I asked. And that's all I need. I go to the well, maybe? Okay, I step away then. Okay, let's travel again. Okay, so... Gammonton, Pelt... Oh, we need to talk to the guy at the gate. Oh, we also need to do the Ela thing. Do I need to go back to Howlersdale? Why not? Or you know what? Let's check out what we can do with the Beholder. I don't know what we can do, but like I want to check out the roots. This is the thing. I've been thinking. Okay, so you know your girlie has like a game plan. I have a game plan, and I'm just lowering the volume just in case. But like, I have a game plan, and I wrote it down, and I said, I think with the roots, I want to check out the roots. Okay, I do something with it. What do you do? I was thinking of either I pet it, I touch it, or I kick it. Let's try pet. Can't do it, or I don't understand you. Hug. Can I hug the root? I mean, it's really dirty and disgusting. So what? The root is soft, doesn't resist your touch. You hold it tightly. Even though it smells not so far off from the water, which sticks out, while your Gavinson keeps it away. You can feel the warmth, or maybe it's a trick of your imagination. After a couple of moments, it doesn't look like it's trying to hurt you, but you feel a pulse of sorts. Oh. I do something else? Okay, this is what I'm not sure of. I'm just gonna do a quick save, because I don't know if this is okay or not. But I'm gonna say cut. No, return. What the heck? Cut. You pull out the knife and then stop in place. You can't tell what results or wounding the tree would be. Oh no, I better spare it. Okay, I spare it. Okay, let's load it. Yes, load. Okay. Can I kiss it? Like I said. Okay, so we did a lot of things. Let's travel. Gosh. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the end. This is the end for sure, I think. Well, not the end, like second to the ending for sure. Something like that. This one, for sure, I want her. I forgot her name. Then my guys from Foggies, because I trust them very well. I don't know who else yet. Maybe Tulia, but like I'm not that close with Tulia. Let's see. Should I go? Oh, the gate. I said the gate. Let's go to the gate. Okay. There's fresh blood on the road, but the trail leads into deep bushes. Quintus looks at you from the top of the precipice piece that's near the tower. He crosses the parapet and leans forward. Salutations, Warden. You hear about the gate? Okay, I want to talk. This is why I wanted to go back to him, because I want to tell him about Old Pagos. I bring you good news from Old Pagos. The plague is no more. What? He leans back. Say again? When you're repeated, he tilts his head back and puts his hand on his waist, bursting laughter, though his voice is still shaking. Tell me all! He has little patience, constantly throwing more questions at you about the druid, his plan, your gifts for the magical tree. He's far from happy when he hears about the prolonged seclusion. I guess it's fair. I'll stay here for some time. I don't want to mess stuff up. Like, I'm not as dumb as a bird. He smiles again. Thank you, Warden. Your soul carries duty like no other. Aww. About your duty? What's there to say? Here, take 7. Okay, now let's return to this later. Okay, let's travel. We'll think about this later. Let me think. I want to check out Old Pagos. Okay, I want to check out Old Pagos, and I also want to check out the monastery, because I need to check out like things that we can do with Old Pagos, because I don't know if we unlocked the dialogue after saving them. But let's check out Old Pagos real quick. Okay. Through the closed gate, you hear muffled conversations and echoes of stone cutting. You knock. Tertia soon orders to open it. She stands in the middle in front of dozens of members of her tribe, though you're still told to keep your distance. The signs of illness are carved in the exhausted faces of the elders and the children. But this is not a day of sadness. You're greeted with triumphant shouts and applause. Oh, that's great. Tertia turns out to be tall and skinny, holding a spear that would be too long for most, but suits her size. While her tribesfolk are wearing tunics and robes made of ibex fur or hemp. She has put on an impressive breastplate made of animal shell. She has short, dark hair, and while her skin is dark brown, you can tell there are others in her village who carry the blood of Southerners. Her voice matches her cheerful brown eyes as she speaks in the name of her people. We keep ye in our prayers, Kereru. If we could, we would invite ye to a feast, but we need to keep our distance at least till the end of winter. Aww. We'd like to reward ye, even if there's not that would make us even. Aww. Okay. Okay, oh my god, I just checked out the time. That's okay, well. Oh? There's not but one treasure we own in this village, a stuff very close to our hearts. She raises a rod made of iron or steel, a little bit longer than a finger span, but thin, finished with a flattened edge for cutting. It occurs to you that it's a simple chisel. Aww. The elderly man chips in. It belonged to my son. Oh, it belonged to my son. Oh, the greatest sculptor that has ever lived in Pagos. Oh, the right's glory and our great joy. His words are sonorous and solemn. Oh, the son must have passed on, huh? That's sad. It's filled with pneuma that makes the holder in hand so powerful that they can carve granite. So precise they can write on glass. Oh, can I give this to Yidosha then? A short pause. If ye think ye won't put it to good use, adds Tertia. We took the time to gather our savings. It's not much. 18 dragons! But not? Her chuckle sounds like it belongs to a different soul. One lost in the past. Ooh, okay. I have to think about this, you guys. I have to think about this. Because I don't know if I can give the chisel. Can I give the chisel to Yidosha? Can I give the chisel to Yidosha? Or should I get the dragons? Because that's why I need. I need money. I need money. But like, I like lore. Oh man, I think. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take the chisel, I guess, because I feel like if what you call this? If I would not take the chisel, it might not. Oh no, I got no brains with this. Oh man. Do I need this though? You know what? Let's try it. Oh, I feel like because there's gotta be lore with this. I'm gonna take it. She throws the rod towards you and hands it to your boots. It's as warm as your skin. Be blessed, Warden. A small girl shouts, and return it to us this spring, so we can show ye our home. You hear many more words of gratitude. I show my respect with a bow. After some time, the villagers disperse. Tertia's eyes brighten. Her confidence adds strength to her voice. Is there aught to be else, Kararu? I'd like to hear what you have to say about the other villages. Which one? Hellerstill. They're the closest village. Ye can get there by riding south from the crossroads with the 4 signposts. But don't trust them. Oh. She gives you a piercing gaze. They have an order of the druids who bows to animals and dead spirits, and their mayor, Tyus, has too many grand ideas in their head, and a tongue dancing 2 lies. Exactly. I don't trust the druids, and I also don't trust Tyus, but if you ask me who I want to trust more between the both of them, definitely I think I would trust the druids just a bit more than Tyus, because at least with the druids I can kind of talk to them, but with Tyus, if I try to talk with her, like negotiate and stuff, I feel like she's gonna be like, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? You know what I mean? 10 years ago, she tried to tie the tribes in the north with a pack. Okay, Tyus, that's crazy. Yet wanted to grasp all the wealth, telling us we should pay for her protection. Her voice rises. Her laughter is as hollow as her soul. Long pause. Don't let them cloud your eyes. They have food, riches, mead, and pretty houses. But all of those carry poison. This is what poison leads them. Okay. Tell me about the White Marshes. Yeah. Exactly. Such a deceiving name for the dark place. Yeah, I really want to, I don't know, maybe purify the place or something. Kind of redo the place, you know what I mean? Because the thing is that, you know, we've seen the living conditions. They're horrible. It's horrible. It's rotten. It's bad. Rotten to the core. I'm rotten to the core. Sorry, it's stuck in my head. the song Descendants. Led by a pagan, blinded by his wicked wits. His followers are closer to evil spirits than humans, for they use the empty ones as their tools. There's fury in her eyes, her voice raises. We refuse to trade with them even before the priest calls himself a prophet. They swim in death and will soon drown. You ask her a few questions, but most of her words are little more than ardent condemnation. One part in particular draws your attention. The road through the bogs is dangerous, spiked with weird beasts. Some of them yell with human-like voices, luring travelers away from the main path. When your knees are in the water, these beasts jump from a tree back, biting your skin off, even when the white marshes are a little more than a trap inside the woods. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm starting to like a little bit more of Old Pagos, because at least this person, Tertia, yeah, they're giving me more information than I could have ever asked for in any other of the places that I've been to before. I think so far. Well, that's so far. The creeks. Oh no, there's Gale Rocks. It's in the north, just at the coast. They follow the right's teaching, work hard, and live humbly. We used to trade with them and take our clothes to Rufina for fixing. But they betrayed our trust. And if it weren't for the plague, we'd be sharpening our blades. Oh, yeah, because the creeks said that... no, not the creeks. The, what's this? Gale Rock said that Old Pagos was the one who stole from them. But I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Old Pagos stole from them. But we'll see, I guess. I'm just hearing both sides of the story. You ask her to share you about the entire story, which instead is told by a young man. He claims that his group was transporting a statue ordered by the tribe to the creeks. Yet, during their stay at the tavern, the Northern Road, it mysteriously disappeared. It mysteriously disappeared? Is this the girl? The woman? This one? The Wanderer? Is this the one? Maybe this is the... I think this is the statue. It must have been the bandits doing at Tertia. They keep spreading their arms wider, but we won't allow... Oh yeah, Glaucia's band. We realize that Glaucia's band is bad. Okay, Glaucia's band is bad, but I don't know if Glaucia themselves or herself is like quote unquote bad. I think we need to talk to them. This might be a case of bad decisions in a bad, setting, kind of like a youth group thingy, you know what I mean? It must be the bandits doing adds Tertia. They keep spreading their arms wider, but we won't allow them to stay untouched, with or without Kilrox's help. Tell me about the Creeks. I don't know much about them. It's a small village in the Far East, younger than me. They came here as refugees from the war and now hunt for wild meat and pelts. But we have got almost no dragon bones to spare. When they tried to get our bricks, we had to refuse. You ask her a few more questions, but she cocks her head and gives you a bored look. We've got little reason to travel so far, and wouldn't be great for our neighbors or friends. They drink a lot, hunt for sport, die often, and give birth to many children. I wouldn't rely on them. This is what I'm worried about with the Creeks, because they're so what's it called? This free, yeah, free. Well, I can't remember the term right now, but they are quite free, and laid. Well, they're not laid back, but their personalities are quite free. I worry that with their decisions so far, they might die off their village, and I hope that's not gonna be the case because they are quite kind. Tell me about the tribe of the Green Mountain. She sizes up to you. I don't know what you've heard, but they never bothered us and neither offered us their friendship. The tribe keeps its distance from those who follow the rites tablets. Ask the other pagans and their elders. I've got no more questions. Go ahead, friend. Thank you. This is like the best I've gotten so far. Okay, let's travel. Like the best information that I've gotten so far. Let's go to the monastery. Oh my god, I didn't even check the time. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, hit by the cold, howling wind. You adjust your cloak. You spot a few hooded... No. No. Oh man. Oh man. A few hooded figures by the brook. The loud thudding of tools comes from the cave mouths goes through the valley. You call the monks. Oh, thank goodness they're just monks. I thought it was gonna be like some kind of scary situation. By hitting the sticks, the drawbridge lowers. Aeli gestures you to enter the storage house with his bandaged hand. Warden, he nods. Is it alright? His young companion next to him is observing your palfrey. I bring you news from Old Pagos. The plague is no more. Ailey flinches as doubt and distrust replace his look and surprise. How? I helped an elder druid from Howler's Dell to recover his strength, and he healed the people of Old Pagos, and with a bit of luck, the illness won't return. He looks at Decima. Decima? Who's Decima again? I forgot who Decima is. Not sure how to react, but her wide eyes don't help him much. He reaches out to you with an open palm of his bandaged hand. His fingers are flinching. Will you wait here? I'll gather our order, and we'd be honored to hear your entire story. For a moment, he sounds exactly like the tribe from Old Pagos. Sure, I have time. You don't need to hear it from me. Go to and meet with the villagers, and they will tell you what you need to know. Sure, I have time. I guess I have time. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. He climbs uphill and enters the cave mouth next to the wooden bridge. His short companion follows your movements like an owl would a snake, blocking your path to the storehouse. I'm sorry, ma'am. You feel the weight of your axe. Soon, new hooded figures gathered in the yard. Is it true? You hear a couple of times. Sorry. When Ailey returns, there may be 20 souls around you, sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall, standing upright, or wandering around, keenly observing you. The oldest man, wrinkled, blind, and tiny, is sitting on a stool brought by a boy who can't be older than 10. Not all of them wear sandals or hairy bags or have hoods on, but all of them wear similar dark robes. Some seems like only the children are allowed to keep their hair longer than an inch. In the city harbor, many would take them for refugees. I don't mention anything aside from the knowledge of the people of Old Pagos, especially when it comes to Beholder. Ooh. No. Oh, let's go with the second one. I don't mention anything outside the knowledge of the people of Old Pagos. We need to say the exact story of what Old Pagos has said to them. What we said to Old Pagos. Because if it doesn't line up, they're gonna be like, girl, it's not lining up. It ain't lining up. What's happening? You know what I mean? So let's go with the second one. One moment. Okay. I had to get my pillow. There. They keep interrupting you with questions about the druid and his powers or your motivations while avoiding the pagan altar, which makes you stumble once or twice. Your story goes smoothly. Their doubts turn into warm thanks. Despite the few raised eyebrows of the elders, a young boy mentions his sister, but then is reprimanded to forget about his past. Ah, dang it, that sucks. Finally, Ailey asks the gathering to return to their duties. Holy, he gives you a serious look, rubbing the liver spots on his hands. There's aught else we need to discuss. Okay, go ahead. Bye. New entry, support the monks. What? Our prelate wants to see ya. Thou thee, he coughs, but they're old and feeble, and don't speak unless they have to, and only those who can be trusted. He gives you a telling look. Thou mayest not be a friend of our order, but we hope to find thee in our ally. You know what? As long as you don't kill me, we can be allies. And as long as you don't hurt anybody else, we're allies. Let's go with the first one, because I don't want... If I say I make no promises, it's crazy. I'd be honored to meet with them, because if I don't say that, they're gonna probably kill me. I could say that I just lied, you know? And I'll try my best to gain your trust. He snorts. Thy deeds will speak for thee. I should take directly to the guild to prove my good. I'm ready to tell you the copper that I found in the north. Do you need any help? I'm looking for a job. I have some questions about the monastery. The plague is gone. Can I spend the night here? Let's go with the plague is gone. Oh, nice. Okay, we have a new we have a new shelter. He scowls first at you, then at Decima, who observes the sky carelessly. After a few silent heartbeats, he lets out a grunt. Maybe in the storehouse, but I don't think I'm going to look after thy horse or cook for thee. All thee canst get for a roof thy head. It's already plenty. I appreciate it. Just don't tell the others. Of course not. Oh goodness, do I have to ask everything? Oh no, I can travel. Do you need any help? I'm looking for a job. He puts his hand together and repeatedly taps his fingers. After a few breaths, he glances at the wandering monk, then lowers his voice. Let me see thy horse. How fast is it? You lead him both and Decima to the storehouse, while his steps are heavy and fierce. She doesn't make as much as a sound. Ailey shows no interest in your mount. There's this enchantress. We need you to pick it up and bring it here. He glances at the door. Follow the eastern road until you find the watchtower. Don't bother with it. It's either half empty or a layer. Then head east to the lake. You're talking about Eudosha. What do you want? What do you want me to bring? He weights his fingers. A set of quills. We sharpened them and asked her to make them last. Thy pet won't notice. Tell me about that enchantress. See, it is Eudosha. Despite his casual nods and an angry note distorts his already hoarse voice. Bro, he didn't even want the thing about Eudosha, and yet he wants me to help him get stuff from Eudosha? You stupid... Oh, I'm so mad. Eudosha lives by herself, surrounding her house with dangerous spells. Her talent knows no equal, yet she's a spider queen in the center of the web. What the hell? He wipes the sweat off Sally's side. She'll only be a shell who cares about. Uses those who reach out to her. Keep up your guard. Girl, Eudocia's sweet. Come on. What about my reward? What's thou want? Just spread a good word about me in the order? You ask me for a long, dangerous journey, 5 dragons. I'm sure you find a healing No, 5 dragons. He narrows his eyes, but finally nods. Fine, they're not worth much use for us anyway. Deal. Well, we'll see how good of a rider thou art. He glances at the door and lowers his voice. But there's some other stuff we need from thee. Stuff that fixes subtly and straightens up dedication of our cause. If it's something shady, I'm out. And what causes that? Let's go with the what and what causes that. He rubs his lips with his thumb, gathering his thoughts. I may not care about some souls on the side of Hag Hills, but the tribe deserve our protection and guidance. Thou, Hag's Hills. Where's Hag's Hills? I can't remember where Hag's Hills is. Is this Hag's Hills? Hag's Hills. The ford, the creek. Hag's Hills. Where the hell is Hag's Hills? I can't remember where Hag's Hills is. White Marshes. Western. The Gates. Old Pagos. Hag's Hills. I can't remember. Anyway, Hag's Hills is somewhere there. But the tribe deserves our protection and glance. The dark may come from the east, and soon. I want thee to investigate the threat. What do you want me to do? Swear art thou will not betray the order. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. So it's either I lie or I won't betray you, or you're asking for too much. I'm just gonna lie. I'm gonna say I won't betray you with a lie. Cause like, girl, they want to kill Eudosha. Let's be real. Decima raises her chin and shoulders while she's covered with shadows. You could swear her fingers are clenched around the dagger. Ailey either doesn't notice or chooses to ignore it. His smile reveals his yellow teeth. Once thou reaches the enchantress house, thou will find golems made of stone. I've heard they're larger than a lumberjack. Could tear the pet to pieces. He looks away, talking to himself. Can they be defeated? Can they be ought to be without a direct order from the mistress? We need to prepare ourselves. Learn as much as thou canst. Give them a good look and ask her for a few settled questions. And what will I get in return? Ought we don't share lightly. See, this is why I say I don't trust them, because they hate Eudosha. Okay, Eudosha, girly, come with me to the city. You're gonna be treated so much better than this. Okay, they're being trash. He gestures for you to follow him outside, but bring us this much news about Decima and the creatures. It's ought or not. Decima stays close to him, but walks backwards, observing your steps carefully. What do you know about the necromancers in the north? He rubs his liver spots on his forehand with a bandaged hand, looking at one eye unsure and his companion. Isn't that? What do you think about the White Marshes? I don't think much at all. As the tribe follows Orontius, their priests are no longer our allies. Who knows? Maybe he's the reason why so many travelers have disappeared on the roads. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, but maybe. Decima scratches the ground with her boot. I do believe that it's definitely for sure Glaucius' band. But that's just my belief. Decima scratches the ground with her foot, humming a tune. Elise tells her to shut up. He carries with sudden anger. The story is as old as tribe tablets. Tribes look at monsters and ask themselves, how can we use them? Their pride pushes them into their own fall. They hurt the innocent, then banish the flames or awake the empty ones. Oh, any thoughts on Orontius? He's never been here. He's locked in a hut, a prisoner of his own conscience, speaking to his own tribe as children. Could there be a darker joke? A necromancer who calls himself a prophet? He snorts. Decima puts a wide grin. What's next? An emperor bathing in blood? No follower of the right survived that fall. Sheesh. You know what? What was the White Marshes like before the priest's arrival? True. Far from holy. Far from lovely. His smirk softens as his eyes grow worried. It's been struggling for years with children, food, children, the beasts of the bogs, the traders. They were strangers to us, even in the old days when they used to join old pagos in their pagan feasts. He looks at Decima, who listens to his tale curiously. But then monks arrived, and the bridge went down with flames. When the missionaries reached the bogs during the years of war, there were already some wounds that could not be sealed, not even by a shared prayer. What's your stance in necromancy in general? He pulls his fingers, gathering his thoughts. My stance? I don't need one. I trust their rights. The deed makers would be weeded out. Their power only brings only fogs. One may think the spellcaster is control of the shells, but once they lose their breath, the deeds are freed. Searching for blood, humans will never control the deed. How does one deal with the undead or necromancers? Well. Is it a single corpse, a squad, or an army? Thou needest to learn how shrewd an enemy is. Can it sense thy presence? Can it use the bow or spells? As long as thou art alone, it will always be better to run. The older the empty ones, even more so those weren't awoken by the fogs, get cunning human-like, but with cruelty thou hast never seen. Let's return to my other questions. The things that you asked me to do. Ooh. You know what? That's all. Let's save first, because I really don't want to... I really don't want to betray Eudocia. Spoke to Eudocia about the thing. You know what? Load. No. Okay, let's save. No, I'm not telling you about Eudocia. I'm not telling you about Eudocia. F you guys. I'm not telling you about Eudocia. My poor lady. My poor girlie. Helena. The Ford. Okay, I need to leave. I want to go... I don't want to go to Howler's Dell because I almost died, but like, I need to go to Howler's Dell. But if I go to White Marshes, I can find out like things there. But it's like hard to go to White Marshes because of the creepers. Let's go back to Howler's Dell, I guess. Once you're done unpacking, 3 armed men showed up behind you. Their garments are tightly fastened. Cyan scrimped. She wants to see you, says the man with a braided beard, holding a large stone mace, and you'll come now. After you then. You're surrounded by curious glances of worried whispers. Thais is in her usual spot, holding a mug with both hands. She doesn't have anything to say. The dining neighbors get to their feet, leave the square without bothering their plates. Erix enters the building. Akakios heads towards the tiny islet, including the guards, who watch your every step. You two are alone. She waves her hand, and you get pushed onto a stool, almost hitting the ground. Forgive us all for the precautions, she says with a thick local accent, observing you with piercing green eyes. But I'm sure you are ni an ilai ni a threat. Yes. Her pale fingers are tapping on the wood, yet her face is like a statue. I'm a Roadwarden. The people of the old Pecos called for help and I answered. May they keep their scrap of land safer for the sake of all of us. I was just pursuing my goals. I don't need an effect of common efforts. I wouldn't forgive myself for sacrificing this many lives. You can spare one magic fruit for them, Thais. I'm gonna go with the first one. Your view of the peninsula is off. You can help us, yet all stay on the side. When some of us gain, others lose. You took away our treasure. F you! And now one of us will die because of it. A sick elder, a weak child, a hunter who can't be healed with a spell. Girl, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Her eyes are narrow, keep piercing through your skull. Would you push one of us from a cliff to save our village? How about killing me? How many lives am I worth? If I have no other choice to decide, then I would. Murdering someone is not the same thing. Your inner voice may say so, but to those you have hurt, the result is the same. Oh, F you! Oh my god, she's pissing me off. She's really pissing me off. Holy art. She's so self-righteous that she feels like she's so holier than thou, and like, aside from feeling that she's so self-righteous, she only believes that everything that she does is like, if nothing goes her way, she gets pissed off. This is why I keep trying to avoid Hallersdal. Not only do you claim to have the right to make such goals, you make your weaknesses, knee from conviction. When she realizes that her fingernails are scratching the wood, she hides her hands under the table. So this is it. You took our treasure, thinking 'twas not a big deal. And I and the others. She runs her eyes over the people who are staying on the edge of the square. We'll have to pay for it. You are not to be trusted. If you say so. I'm not petty, Karu. You are hella petty, girl. Oh my god. Like, girl, you suck. She returns to the accent of the sea folk. You can still enjoy your stay at our lovely village, she says with a sigh, then puts on her usual smile with a hint of a smirk. We can use your services. You may be a stranger, but at least we can carry dragon bones. The guard pushes you away and the other people read it as a sign. They get back to their meals, avoiding your eyes, and the air gets lighter. I look around. You approach the inn, okay. So no one's gonna... Let me check. Okay, let me check. You approach the inn, it's getting darker, not much colder. More than a dozen locals are gathered by the tablets or dice or games, drinking, eating supper, or simply chatting. So no one's gonna be talking with me anymore, I guess, or trading with me. The innkeeper is standing behind this counter filled with mugs or butterbeer or buttermilk, while his daughters clean the tables and a wet cloth is carrying around a bucket of stream water. Thais is standing near the bank, giving commands to a group of armored guards. The trader is packing his goods, though with no rush. He's talking with a man sewing sacks with a nearby stool. Pirius is sitting on top of a bench near the city bank, apparently napping, though he winks at you when he catches your glance. Pirius. At least Pirius is chill. Kakios. When Kakios notices his rival, he tells the other villagers to give you some space in private. Be quick. Show him the necklace. I found at Hamlet. Have you ever seen such a trinket? He only glances. Nay, do I buy such trash? Okay, I bring goods to sell. Okay. Forget. What do you have for sale? Okay. Snake bait. Snake bites. Yeah, let's get this. I should also get a new battle axe probably for the... It goes for this, for the... nothing for now, I walk away. For, what you call this? Tawag dito? Yung... For Eudocia, but I'm not gonna give it to her, because, again, snakebite sounds like it's gonna kill me, so not gonna give it to her. And it means that it's gonna kill her, probably. I approach Eric's innkeeper. Okay, let's sleep. Let me see. You're hungry? Okay, let's eat then. I need to eat. Okay, inventory. I need to eat. I think I have something to eat. Do I have anything to eat? Okay, I have one. I can eat one. Okay, I can eat one. Okay, return. Sleep. Sleep. Okay. There you go. It's warm here, but the mufflin skin allows your back to rest for a bit. You wake a couple of moments during the night. The smell of the cooked stew fuels your hunger, and the staff returns to their room every hour or so to stir the pot. You wake up early, but leave the building to check out Sally to give you its water from the creek. The innkeeper is sitting near the door from time to time, carrying another bowl with either gruel, stew or gruel. Thais is nowhere to be seen. Pyrrhus is sitting on the table, eating gruel from the bowl. Okay, let's save. And then let's travel. Okay, I leave the square. No, we're not gonna go to the guards, no. The mayor can shut the F up. Okay, let me see. Let's go to the peat fields, because I kind of want to go to... I kind of want to go... Let's go around this way. Let's make our way this way. Back to Eudocia. I want to go back to the peat fields so I can see... to see the white marshes. Just in case, you know? Just in case. Okay. Let me see. Wait, one moment. Okay, I'm just erasing the checklist. Okay. White and brown hawk is sitting at the middle of the table, Pat tearing away flesh of its furry prey. Once it realizes you're riding it straight, it takes the air, leaving a meal, not even sparing you a glance. Tyrus is in the edge of the scarp, greeting you with a polite nod. Creepers idly hang from his arms, resting in the ground. You may want to have the chat with the old druid. You're trying to repeat the hermit's words, but coming from your lips, but they sound awkward, preachy, and they bounce off the warlock without leaving any visible dent. Mayhap, too far away. We'll think about it. Okay, I need to meet with Orentius. And I need to be sure you won't make me regret helping you. I pat the bundles. Do I have anything that could convince you? Takes a deep breath. Magic chisel? Oh, okay. That means... Okay, we'll think about this. We'll return to this later. Okay, so I can give him the magic chisel and he will give me the thing. Because I don't want to give him the robe. What will you sell me? Oh, I don't have enough money, by the way. I need you to open the path. Oh, will a food ration be fine? Okay. Very fine. He licks his lips once he spots a nice piece of jerky among your gifts. He reaches for it right away with a full mouth. Okay, travel. Let's travel to the White Marshes. Because I want to check out... Oh, on your way to the village, you see a girl no older than 15 walking through the tall purple grasses along with other few youngsters. After she notices your arrival, she runs towards the road, waving to draw your attention. I stop. Can I help you? It takes her a few more moments to reach you. Her clothes are baggy, appropriately for her age, but she's also rather scraggly for a laborer. She carries a slingshot and a simple backpack made of creepers and twigs, filled with green leaves, wild fruit, and dead squirrel lying on the surface. After your question, she gives you a curious glance. Roadwarden. Parents told me. Not sure what part of the question. You nod in agreement. But what is it one does, really? Hunt bounties? I mostly... let's go with the first one. I mostly patrol the roads and travel between the villages. Some road wardens seek bounties, yes. But I do all sorts of things, whatever's needed. Oh, so you're an adventurer then? Kinda, I guess. She makes an odd displeased grimace, then sneezes and smiles at you. Let's say close enough. I don't wanna be like explaining. Again, this is a kid. I don't think a kid would understand what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna say it like in super detailed, if you explain it well to a child, to like to an extent, yes. But if you're gonna start giving them like a novel, they won't understand. You know what I mean? You need to give them a clear and concise explanation. Don't give a child like a novel because one, it's either they don't understand or two, they choose not to understand. Because I was a child once. I know it's like. I'll say close enough. She meets your eyes proudly, purses her lips, and runs back to the rest of her group. The village is filled with unbearable noise of construction, yet the undead laborers take no breaks. Don't gasp for air. Don't stop to look around. The locals avoid them or scowl at them whenever they get close. I notice Valen standing next to the shed. I'll say hi to him. Let's save first. He's moving all sorts of packages, bringing order to some neglected shelves. His eyes are red from crying. Aw. But he greets you with a strong voice and polite smile. This time he's wearing a decent blue tunic. Back with us, Kararu? It's been a long time since I saw someone visiting our home as often as you do. That's how my job works. I go where others don't. He gives you a long look, as if he's not sure if it's meant to be an insult. You know what? Wait, let's load back. I feel bad for him. It's not so bad here. Or it is bad here. Let's just go with it's not so bad here. There you go. You haven't seen the worst of it. He chuckles. Me, I'm looking for our grain and dried meat before the fall. Thanks to he draws around the air and lowers his voice. Oranges help. We've had more food than in years, but now we need to figure out what's going in our bellies. What's going to go back to the soil. I swear, they need a different leader. I feel like Orentius is basically Tyus in another form. Basically. I may have some supplies I could spare. Want to take a look? He asks you to put everything aside. Sell for 1. Ooh, yeah, sure, why not? I feel bad for him. Okay, farewell. I go to Helvis. He hardly spares you a glance. I helped to purge an old plague in old Pagos. Maybe with time the things will return back to normal. You did? He frowns. And how, I ask? Not even Orentius could help them. You start your long tale, but the mayor stops paying attention after a few minutes. See, this is like a child. He's like a child. Honestly, anyone would stop like listening, especially if they're not interested in your topic. Pressing the cold, blunt side of his axe to his cheeks. So some dangerous pagan spells, knowing the curses of the druids. The village may not last till spring, or maybe Thais is going to collect the debt now. When he mentions pagans, you can't stop yourself from peeking at the loud undead shells. Exactly. I could tell him about the woman asked me to find her safe. No, do not. Oh my god, if I do, I will hell nah. I have some wares to sell? He points at the blade, the only thing that interests him. The quarrels. I'll pay you 3 with 1 bone. 1 bone, that's it? That's all? He closes his eyes and sighs, waiting for you to speak. Farewell. Okay, let's travel. Northern Road. Foggy! My lady! Miss Ma'am, I missed you. You're the only one, aside from Eudocia, that's actually, like, chill, you know? Let's go. I approach Foggy. Things I'm willing to part with. Why not? 3 dragons? Yeah, deal. I don't need it. So like take it. I need money. So like take it. Let's see. I need to buy something? No. Oh, I can't use the alchemy table anymore? Oh, there you go. Withering dust. Maybe another time. Blinding powder. That's the one. Maybe another time. Healing potion? Ooh, okay. Healing potion. Ointment. Okay. I step away. Gotcha. Okay. Forgers. Walk away. Okay, let's travel. I want to go to... Let's check out the old tunnel first, or should we check out the creeks? Let's go to the creeks, and then we'll check out the old tunnel, because I'm wondering if I can use the chisel to check out some stuff. A few scantily clad. Hell never. Not again. I jump in the stream. There you go. And then I look for Ela. There you go. I've helped to clear the plague of old Pagos. It may not be a safe place, but it will survive. Ella's grin is soon followed by his raised voice. And you're serious? Everyone, he addresses the other people working near the square. Tell the others, the plague is gone. We're safe. After his eyes return to you, he clears his throat and turns away. Old Pagos is safe. You explain briefly what happened, and he spends a few good moments considering the old druid's part. I wouldn't expect someone from Howler's Dell to help another soul in need, he says while his hand clenches from the bottom part of his cloak. Not since they're ruled by a tyrant, but it's not the first time the Forest Speaker has protected the peninsula from a grave threat. He smiles at you, and so did you, I guess. Okay, I'll see you later. Ephraim. About the hunters. No. I still need to... Oh, Dahlia's last? Okay, I need to look for Dahlia. Okay, I walk away. Have good hunting. Old Hava. I was asking about the merchants. Our hunters push away the beasts, but it's not safe for us to keep roaming around there in a whim. But you're right, Roadwarden. I'm just a farmer with a past. During the pause follows a cold gust of wind ruffles your cloak. It's Foggy who speaks with the travelers and merchants and knows how prices wears and labors. We need both her place and her experience, but you know how these roads are. When we need to resupply the whole expedition with a cart, not a lonely peddler. I need some supplies. I'm just checking. Fish trap? No. Farewell. Okay, let's travel. And then let's go to Foggy's. Oh, let's go back to Foggy's. I want to check if I need to talk to Foggy's about something. Oh my god. I entered the tavern. Did I tell her about Old Pagos? Ooh. Actually, let's ask her about a small cave, a nest, the tribe of the Green Mountain. Let's say the tribe of the Green Mountain. Confirm. She looks at you with silence and suddenly bursts into laughter. Was it me who told you about the tribe of the Green Mountain? Shameful! Her shaking chest is running like a beast. Oh, love, they won't be happy to see you. They live in a cave far from here on the mountainside in the far east. They try to stay away from what happens in the lowlands, but they don't. Oh, wow, she's telling me everything actually. But they don't even want to trade with us anymore, not since. She waves her hands. Since almost a decade, I'd say. When you ask her about the presence is such a secret, she scratches her knee. It's their will. We seek no conflict with their weird shamans. They know of the monks from the monastery, and they're afraid of what they'll face once the Unites arrive. You know what the church does to pagans? Both of these words dripping with disgust. If you bother them, ride south in the old bridge, turn east until you reach a game trail, then try to stay northern side of the brook. You can be sure to get through the thicket somehow. Thanks. Okay, time for me to go. I go outside. Oh, 10-year-old mystery. The clues you've gathered suggest that this lazy peninsula went through many changes 10 years ago, accidentally around the time when the southern village has fallen. You could use what you've learned to ask the locals what exactly happened. Gaining their trust may take a bit of work. Let's travel. Okay, let's go to the old tunnel maybe. Then let's go to Gill Rocks. Let's go here. I want to check out some things. Let me see. 4 hours. I entered the tunnel. I want to check if there's anything that I missed, just in case. I go deep into the funnel as I can. The gate return. Oh gosh, it needs a key. It needs a key. Okay, I need to look for a key. Bronze gates. Crossroads. Cave in. I enter the storeroom. Walk outside. Crossroads. Skylights. Dining room. Open the door in the corner. Oh! The door gives away. The room next to it is too large for your light to reach all the corners at once. The empty shelves, chests, and spear racks. Wait, have we been in here before? Give you no promise of a hidden treasure, but you also find a box with rusty nails, cracked barrel in the corner, and a broken blade. You could spend your time collecting these others' iron scraps, then sell them in the village. In the room's corner, you notice a wide sheet of moldy fabric that covers a large part of the wall. I collect the scraps, metal scraps scattered in the room. I don't think we were here before. Knowing where you found the useful tools, you dismantle the barrel and prepare a decent stack of clanging pieces of iron and steel. For now, you move it to the dining chamber and leave it by the exit. Ooh, I examine the curtain. Oh, wow, okay. It's divided in the center, allowing you to draw it behind it. You find a tiny room, maybe 2 steps wide, 3 steps deep. It's silent, not as humid. Hey, yo, guys, let's go. I'm so glad we chose Scholar. Look at that. The wall ahead isn't like the others. It's covered with red, purple bricks. I look for anything unusual. The walls on your left and right bear a few iron hooks that could be used to hang cloaks, paintings, or trophies. The corners aren't too dusty. There are no footprints on the door. You inspect the brick wall further. In its center, at chest height, you spot a distinctive engraving. It's winged hourglass, about a finger long. I touch the shape of the hourglass pendant I own. I bring the tools I found in the storeroom and crush the wall. Ooh. Let's save. Let's touch. It's a match. You find it in the grooves and press it. The brick moves deeper inside, then bounces back, allowing you to draw it out completely. In a secret compartment, you find a key of bronze. Let's go. It's as big as your forearm. Okay, I leave the room. Return to the tiny room. Let's go. Okay. Deep in the tunnel. Open the gate with a huge key. Save. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'll be real with you guys. I don't want to die. So I opened the gate with a huge key. Let's go. The closed tunnel. Easier said than done. Rotating the key alone makes you hold your breath. And as you work at pushing the leaves open, you puff and blow. Taking breaks. After it's done, you wipe your sweaty forehead, giving a proud look at the light, and now enter the chamber. Oh. What do I do? Can I go to the bronze gate? It's like a battlefield? No. I can't go? Can I not? Aw, man. I go back to Sally then. Okay. Travel. Let me see. Foggy's Lake. Gale Rocks. I'm just gonna try out Gale Rocks real quick. I think we have enough time to go back to Foggy's. Yeah, we have enough time. The fishers have returned from the village to the village, but the work is still far from being over. You see the lights and smoke coming from the eastern part of the village, where the fish are being gutted and prepared for smoking. The guards instruct you not to disturb anyone after dusk. And tell you should visit Fulvia, who may have a room to spare. Some of the locals greet you with polite nods by mentioning your trade. I should introduce myself. I didn't even know that they have a room keeper. Okay, let's go. Let's ask about Fulvia. Why not? Following the instructions, you reach a building with the entrance from the garden site. You step through the door leading into the cave, mouth of the cave. Also, Fulvia was the person that the people of Old Pagos were asking me to talk to. The Fulvia, and you call the person that you were asked to speak with. Fulvia, the room keeper. She comes to you from the half dark corridor. And also, listen, you guys, listen. They trust me a little bit more now, at least. You know what I mean? To treat me like a human being. Okay. Now I'm not like an animal. Or maybe they do treat animals a bit better than me. I don't know. She fits the description you heard, slightly round, partially because of the tunic, heavy pants hidden beneath the dark green robe. She looks like an eccentric city priest, with what the massive hourglass made the beautifully polished driftwood she wears, and a kerchief covering both the neck and hair. One feature that hasn't been mentioned by the locals are her gray, asymmetrical, partially closed, and unfocused. Once she gets closer, she turns her head, gazing into the rock and pointing at the pointing her left ear at you. Her steps are confident and her hands keep touching the walls of both sides. She's old, wrinkled, and pale, but her voice remains strong. Your first instinct is to nod, then without realizing, it won't really help much. She repeats, "You smell of a horse. Room? Yes. I'm sorry. Right." She simply walks down the corridor between a few humble chambers, some of which are inhabited by sleeping souls after just a few steps. The light coming from the entrance helps you no more. You follow the sounds of the boots, the smell of rosemary perfume. Then you suddenly hear a rock hitting something made of metal. The lit candle makes you sigh with relief. What color? Quick moment, she tries to, again, the horse's coat. Uh, 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 save the horse's coat? Um, what would I want my horse to have? Black and white stripes is cool. Black and white stripes is cool. Wait, let me louder the volume so you guys can hear something at the background. Bay, is that blue? Black, gray. I think black and white is cute, but like I don't know if it's gonna stain too badly. If we say black, at least if at least it's not too bad. Let's go with black. A pause. The grim messengers must not have many of them left. She says slowly, I doubt many chiefs can pick up and choose one for the beast at one task and one for another. The room is far from comforting. The ceiling is head above you. The walls are rounded and bare of decorations. The only chest looks more than like a crude crate. At least dried grasses covering the sleeping pallet are bug-free. Oh my goodness, it's getting loud. Okay. And smell freshness. You don't have to share it, says in amusement. How much for this delight? Yeah, how much? She chuckles, turns to you with her profile. Don't worry, you won't be cold and you won't let any mold in here. I have a nose for it. She demonstrates with a loud sniff. Aw, you can work here for the village for merely a few hours in the morning. Move the weights around, or you can pay me 2 coins. It won't take less, or none at all. I'll just throw it to Servia's chest in a few days. Okay, I leave the cave. Okay. That's nice. No, it's sleep. Sleeping at the house. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? Let's do labor. Why not? After Fluvia blows out the candles without considering if you're ready for it, you're in complete darkness, and you now realize how quiet the room is. The thick walls block the humming of the wind, birds, and river. The keeper heads to her own room, and you only occasionally hear the whispers and snores of the dwellers. Also, you guys, okay, I'm gonna talk about the old tunnel because that's like coming through my head right now. I don't know what to do with the old tunnel. I wonder if I need the withering dust. I'm not sure. Because, like, I got the key now, right? And I opened it, and I don't know how to clear it. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it. I'll think about it, I guess. Well, sorry. Like, I'm really thinking about that. Because I'm not sure. Anyway, my imagination sculpts terrifying creatures in the dark. No, hell no. I grow anxious? No. I hold my dagger and focus to the touch of my blanket. Finally some peace. I'm not gonna have nightmares, bro. Girl, you're in the creeks. I meant you're in, what's this called? It's not the creeks. It's, I forgot this place. But, yeah. Yeah. You wake up surrounded by darkness. The keeper is sitting outside. Open the door. The fishes are getting ready. There you are. Go ask someone where you can load the wagons. She says slowly, as if you're meant to repeat the exact words. Gotcha. You're freed from your duties for a few hours of work before you get backache. You sit on a bench, chatting for a bit with a few of your companions. Many of the locals greet with you with polite nods and friendly smiles. Buti pa sila. You know, at least they're a bit nicer now. You know, compared to not old Pagos, compared to the one that I said that I don't trust at all, which is this one, Hallersdale. The pillars of smoke start to arise above the buildings. Many of the workers have already left the village. The remaining adults are either outside carrying their timber, food, or other wares, or in their workshops, the largest of which are open air. The sounds of work muffle the conversations, so you mostly hear the shouts of children and overseers. I go to Severina. You ascend the hill, the guard stand up and puts your woodwork on his pillow, then asks you to wait. You hear his and the head woman's voices coming from the hall. And once the man returns, he nods gently. You're asked to enter. I follow him inside. Severina puts away her writing instruments and glances at you, then frowns. The closer you get, the more annoyed she seems, but she says nothing. I've helped cure the plague of old pagos, but the seasons to come will be grim for them. What do you mean, the cure the plague? She keeps her voice low, but the spark in her violet eyes betray her utter shock. She clears her throat and rests her elbows on the desk. Were they just getting cold? You try to tell her the entire story, even though she stares at you from the bottom of her clasped fingers. She seems to get smaller and weaker each time you mention the old druid or the mysterious altar at the edge of the swamp. Finally, she stares at the wax tablet, defeated by rather joyful. May the right bless your kindness of the pagan. The perfumed guard announces briskly. As well as yours, Roadwarden. You've helped our friends in need. Were we taught there were no hope, Severina? He turns to the old woman. Let's offer the stranger some help. Is there labor you struggle with in the village? Free food to fill my belly is all I need. I need a room where I can spend the nights. Maybe 5 free repairs for my garrison. Oh, that's good. Maybe some free baths and laundry. Maybe I need a boat in one day. I could use a discount. I don't need favors. Let's talk about my garrison, because I was able to finally get a room where I can spend the nights. But belly, because I already have Foggy. Oh, but free food to fill my belly is good. But then the garrison is good. Oh, free food to fill my belly is all I need. Let's say that. Sabrina raises her head and sighs. In that case, I'll speak with Portia, our head cook. You just find her down the path, close to the hill. Great. Oh, nice. Now I don't need to pay for food anymore. Like, I can, find food for myself, but it's better, I guess, in my opinion, to be able to, just grab and go. To just be like, oh, hey, yeah, I don't need to find and waste time to find some stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, we need tree. So I only need 2. No, not Roadwarden. Can you tell me about Gale Rocks? No. I spend a lot of time traveling places. Do you want me to work? I believe something awful happened to the village just south. The one turned into ruins. Could you tell me anything about it? I could only ask 3 questions. Or maybe 2. I put the gate key on her desk. The undead from her tunnel are gone. As she drags the key over to the desk, it looks comically large in her tiny hand. Now, would you look at that? She says to no one in particular, then looks at you in the eyes. You faced this threat for no good reason. I need long-term solutions, not wishless violence. Sooner or later, another threat would come take place of the Awoken. I don't know. Did I do something good? Did I do something good or bad? Oh, I'm scared. You face a threat for no good reason. I need a long-term solution, not wishless violence. Sooner or later, another threat will take place of the Awoken. The tunnel could just stay occupied. At least no vagabonds would take over. She scratches her desk with the key, thinking, but I ain't going to deny that it opens some opportunities. My neighbors are going to appreciate your selfless efforts. She tries to push the key onto the nearby bags, but then suddenly is interrupted by the voice of perfumed guard, who speaks directly to you. I used to be the head of garrison that keeps the tunnel safe. He steps towards you. Until it was left to itself 10 years ago. Again, 10 years ago. Against my advice, I don't care if you're a road warden, a venturer, or a drifter. You deserve a reward. And if our head woman ain't willing to reward you your contribution, he reaches for the belt and holds his sickle sword, and Severina, with unmasked frustration, tells him to hold it. Don't be dramatic here. Aww, what kind man. Let's go. She tosses a poor pouch. It lands on the desk. 10 should be enough considering you weren't asked to move as much as a finger. Scat and talk to Iuno, our digger. Oh, okay. Iuno. Gotcha. Iuno. Or Iuno? She's our digger. She'll have some grand plans coming to her soul. Maybe you'll manage to keep them on a leash. I'll talk with her. Yes! Let's go. Okay, let's save and then I'm scared. So let's exit. Before you leave the hall, Severina asks you to wait. The people of our village are sharing good rumors about you. She starts. Quite a feat. It is. If you're much of a hard worker, as I've heard, maybe you'll find a way to restore something we lost at actual Vagabond. Now, young lad, he called himself Pirios. Ayo? Pirios? Ayo was standing with us almost half a summer ago, and one day he left before sunrise carrying away our iron ingot. Her granddaughter gave her a silent, pained look. If he had sorts of wits, I'm sure he would have left the peninsula a long time ago through the eastern route or died trying. Maybe he's dumber than I thought. You ask exactly what she wants you to do. And she responds without hesitation. Merely return the ingot. It was nothing more than crude iron. Not something to murder each other for, but still she points at you with her stylus. A sin worthy of a coward, and believe me, not the first robbery that's happened to us. Pirius is over here. In Howlersdale, by the way, I think. Or was he in Pelt of the North? I don't remember. I nod. I'll let you know if I find it. Gotcha. I'm looking for Uno. Confirm. There you go. The locals explain that the centuries-old cave needs a little work. The humble fixes they. My goodness. She spares a look at you and leans, resting on the large against the wall. Then crosses her arms and critically observes her toys. Cheers, stranger. I have the time. I'd like to learn more of the tunnel. I was told you are the one who looks after construction works. The tunnel of the south is open again. The undead are gone. Yuno shakes the table. Her toy structures fall. Sorry, let me lower the volume just a little bit. Merely like that, you cleared them all the woken on your own? After you nod, she looks at your axe, then her toys. Better tell our headswoman about it. I'll talk with the others. I already did, ma'am. We can move some serious work in spring, but it would be better for us to do some groundwork before the snow falls. She shuffles the wooden blocks and moves them into a straight single row. And if the tunnel is somewhat safe, could you come closer at it? Inspect the chambers, report to me, and I'll ask one of my neighbors to give you an easier time, even though she seems to be not Joe into it. The blocks are now ordered from the brightest to darkest. I already told you about the tunnel. I already explored the tunnel, ma'am. I explored the entirety of the tunnel already. After your initial report, Iuno comes up with one question after another, and while some of them are specific and significant, others are absurdly simple, as if she's making sure that you're not lying to her. You don't know all of the answers, but in the end, she smiles at you, clapping her hands without a sound. With that, we can gather timber, rocks, and tools. I already know which ones can be perfect. Cheers, Roadwarden. If you want, I can ask one of my neighbors to repay your hard work, and not just once. Ooh, I need a free room where I can spend the nights. Maybe 5 free repairs on my Gammonson. Maybe some free vats and laundry. Maybe if I need a boat. Ooh, let's go with Gammonson, maybe? Because again, Gammonson. If I want to get free nights, I can go to Foggy's anyway. So let's go with Gammonson. Or free bats. Because I do need my free bats. And Howlersdale usually is where I got my free bats. But like, girl, it's crazy. Let's go with free bats and laundry. Why not? Right. She starts to build a wall from wooden bricks. I'll speak with Aquila and the Batman. Aquila? Aquila. Gotcha. Now we need to search for who Aquila is. Or maybe did I already type who Aquila is? I don't know. Probably. Okay, I was told you are the one who looks after the local construction works. That's pretty much right. She glanced at the spread of wooden blocks. Every few springs or summers, I gather a crew to build something new or replace an old hovel with something fresh. But most of the days, I just make sure that the roofs don't fall on our heads and that cribbing in the caves ain't too moist. Then the coopers help me, or a bunch of fishers. She gives your axe a long look, then reaches for her smaller hatchet and shelves one of her toys and slightly narrowing it. For centuries, there's been merely one dagger at a time, and this custom serves us well. It does. Ooh. Tell me more about that tunnel. It's older than any human soul, it is, but it's not as ancient. Those who dug through the mountain were still around when I was but small lass. The village saved everything it's got from the trade or more a generation to bring the bronze gate from Hoblevin here. The pickaxes, all of them tools, nails. It has a single long corridor that reaches from one end to another. A few chambers on both sides, where travelers spend a night if they were desperate enough. Don't try without a group of guards. Now monsters are also love deep caves, and the days are getting colder. How comes it's locked up in the first place? Yeah. Ooh. It depends on who you ask. Let's just say that in a great turmoil, what happened 10 years ago, the settlements grew further apart, traded less, keeping garrison of the fighters builders of the tunnel brought little value. We had to put our greater trust in our own work, not in the caravans. Once again, foraging, cutting trees, and farming. With time, more and more beasts gathered and around the tunnel, getting used to seeing no pushback. She looks around. She looks at the old plank that has been resting on her stool. She compares its thickness with her toys, then reaches for her gouge and handsaw. It was 3 years back when the few traders of ours went missing. One group found the gate locked from the outside. They tried to check it, but left the place when they saw moving shells, dead fleshlessness. We've decided to clean it someday in the future, maybe hire a group of strangers to take the risk upon themselves. She glances at you, but so far none has reached our village. Ooh. A digger is an unusual name for your trade. True. Oh, shoot! I accidentally clicked it. She looks at the direction. I'm so sorry, you guys. The whitewashed walls make it look brighter than many clouds. We started when I was only a teen, looking from a previous digger. Her voice is full of pride. There used to be humble watchtowers there, and tents. Now we can stay locked inside the walls, but also shoot arrows from the wall, roof, and windows. You ask her if you can keep, if the keep has ever been used by the locals in combat, and she suddenly grows disheartened. You would be surprised. You would. There are tales of dragons, pirates, bandits, but all of them happened before the war. Those lands were different, though I can't exactly say how. I'm with the merchants. Do you have enough building materials for your needs? Better ask the coppers. They struggle for timber. Oh, the coopers. Digging the hills. We have enough of stone. The rocks are crude, but we don't need sculpt. She turns a few building blocks from the wall. Sure. I ask about Asterion. Since your conversations with the locals are unfolding much more smoothly, you return to Salter, who previously hesitated to tell you what he knows about Asterion and clears his throat, but he finally keeps in. There was one soul who spoke with him more than anyone in the village, Navica, our boat maker. Oh, okay, so I gotta look for Navica now. Gotcha. Goodness gracious, I need to keep... I have a list now for people that I need to look for here. Navica. Navica is the best boat maker in the north, says the young boy with a proud posture. Come, I'll take you to her. The carpenters have their space at the edge of the village, separated from the saltery, with a stone wall that catches the shavings before they reach the fish, which are often swept into a pile and moved to the smokehouse. The tiny woman keeps her distance from the other workers, partially because of the many bits and pieces that needs to be constantly at hand, as well as logs, steamed planks, and a boat. Keel only a few steps away from her. She must at least be 40, older than any other woodworker in sight. Her light brown hair is in a ponytail, letting her work, and a simple tunic and pants made of hemp in 3 shades of red have short sleeves and legs. Her tanned skin is dark like honey. She glances at you from afar away and turns away, cutting some sort of log without pause, as if hoping you won't notice her. The massive broad axe, made from fine steel, looks even larger than it's resting on her back, and it's engraved with a shape of a toothed eel twisted into a spiral. The kid leaves you alone and you're standing in silence. I've heard you make boats? Yep, I make boats. She doesn't raise her eyes. I have reason to believe you know what happened to Asterion. You tell her what you've learned and her hands slow. Then you finally stop. You've got the wrong ideas, and I don't know where he is now or if he's alive or dead. Just, he needed a small boat. I sold it to him. He took it to the beach, and that's all I've seen of him. Are you saying you don't know where he set off to? She pauses and scowls at you. Yep, that's what I'm saying. What can you tell me about High Island? Well, it's obvious that you went to High Island. She speaks slowly, stuffing between her words as if they're poison ivy. Not much is a deadly space, and we are forbidden to travel there. We are. All them old deals between the tribes and villages. Who would have understand them? It ain't like the fish are there for effort. I need you to make me a boat for island. No, I don't need that. I already got Navica, Portia. Which one was the cook? Wait, let me see. Cause I need food. I need a bat. I need to look for a bat. At least now I don't really need to go to what's the face? But her face. Let me see. I wrote it down. Aquila. The steep banks are damp, so you head upstream the wooden bridge, but you hardly reach any water with your fingers there. You consider, you know what? This is what's so funny also. Now, you see what I'm doing? You see this? You see this thing? I'm now falling in love with Gale Rocks, which is crazy. You see this character development, you guys? You see this? It's insane, isn't it? At first I was bad mouthing them, but now I'm loving them. It's just crazy. Whoops. I'm gonna fall off my chair because I'm dumb. There you go. But you hardly reach any of the water with your fingers there. You consider getting undressed, but all of a sudden the voice behind you tells you to quit. The current is strong. It'll catch you and the bam. The man swings his arm. You'll crack your skull against the rocks. Oh, I'm gonna be dead then. He points downstream. He's a large person with heavy boots that are dirty from the mud, and a necklace made of colorful shells as large as your hand. He approaches you, holding a few empty buckets with each one attached to rope. He placed one of them in the logs and crouches down, filling the buckets one by one. I ask him about washing myself at the well. Yay! He frowns. Ahem. And what are you, child? Your name? After you introduce yourself, he gives you a gentle nod. And I'm Aquila. We bathe in tubs, right? I have warm water in the shed. Let's go. He directs your eyes in the boulder next to the path, though it's in no way resembles the sheds that one would find in the city. He straightens up and carries the bucket to the bank. One by one, either help me carry the water around the village for a few hours, or pay me if you're lazy enough. I'll make you a fine bath and wash your togs. After you explain you are promised a free service, he raises his voice. Right, so you're that Roadwarden. Very well, no fees for you. He places the last bucket next to the boat, and you notice another man already taking one of them to the eastern gate. I could sell you one of my bottle perfumes, though it won't be much of use if you have no soap. He grins with his yellow teeth, if there's no punchline hidden in his words. We pick flowers, roses of violets, cherry, lavender, good for hair, ears, wrists. Just don't drink it. Tell me about your services. Bath and laundry, ball of perfume. Hell nah, bro. We're gonna go with bath and laundry. Yay. Okay, nice. I step away. Oh, yay. Yeah. Okay. We need to go to the cook. I'd like a meal, ma'am. She notices your arrival, but doesn't spare you more than a nod. I'd like a meal, ma'am. Okay. A fresh meal. Thank you. Yay! Okay, the cook returns around, grabbing this and that, placing whatever she finds on the table. You're served hot baked trout, covered with very salty butter-based garlic sauce. Thank you. Okay, so we got everything. Let's save. Okay, let's travel. I spent a lot of time here. That's crazy. The pier. Let's check out the pier real quick. I approach the pier. I head to the fishers. I just want to check out anything. Podios. Ooh. Why not? Why not? Why not? I need money anyway. Ack! I look so ugly. A flock of harpies tried to strike one of the spear fishers that was hunting from rock, but your group managed to fight it off. Even the front line fighter got away safe, with your armor protecting you from any threats. But you got covered with mud and salt in the process. In the middle of the day, you receive a fresh roasted fish with a bowl of cold veggie stew and an extra dragon bone for your experts. Nice! How much money do we have now? 25. Let's go. See you later. Alligator. Okay, let's travel. I want to go to... Should I go to the creeks or... I do want to check out the old tunnel again. Let's just check out the old tunnel and then we'll go probably to Foggy's or the creeks. Oh, I've already explored the entire tunnel. Okay, fine. Travel. How much time? Okay, travel. We can go to the creeks. I just want to check if I can do anything here. For Ela. There you go. He's preparing the planks for a simple tabletop. He smiles and puts away his tools. Welcome back, friend. Good to see you stay safe on the roads. Let's talk about the trolls you want me to pay for. He's carving his slows down slightly. What's the matter, friend? I know, old Hava, your tribe needs your contact Foggy more than I need your coin. 2 dragons for a day isn't enough. He thinks about your words for a moment before he surrenders. So be it. There, tree it is. Okay. What do you know about the ruins in the village south? He freezes for a good moment and finally takes a deep breath, puts away his tools, and looks at you in the good eyes. His fingers are moving slowly, as if he's trying to warm them before he's playing a lute. Don't push me onto those dark grounds, Kararu. I've been stepping on them for years, but I still struggle. Please. I'm so sorry. About the eastern path. I was asked to place a wooden sign. Ah, okay. I forgot about the wooden sign. Gotcha. A friend. About the hunters. Okay, I need to just look for Dahlia. Old Hava. Okay, let's save. Okay, at least we're good with that. Let's travel. Foggy Lake, the Wanderer. Let's go to Foggy Lake. Foggy, I'm here. The light shines on the water, empty road, with no herbal beds or travelers in sight. The tavern looks like an abandoned hamlet. The foragers are carving new sets of throwing clubs. I entered the tavern. I approach Foggy. Buy something? Nope. Willing to part with. Ah, I don't have anything? Really? Nah, love. Come back with something I could sell for profit or maybe hang on the wall you collect your belongings. Dang it! Where is it? I wanted to ask about the High Islands. High Islands. She leans forwards, but her voice seems to be incapable of whisper. You don't plan to swimmer, die? D? Sorry, not die. D? There's always... you won't get there without a boat. And with a boat, there's still a dice roll. There's always a drunk or two in rocks or howlers who says they've been there, but it's all rubbish. Oh? Really? Okay. They hardly touch the island's wall. You try to pressure her a bit, but Of course, we don't learn much. Foggy's like top tier girly that won't. Strong girly, let's be real. She's not gonna tell us anything unless if she's like, oh, okay, my child, I'll tell you, why not? Excuse me. She claims that it's high above the sea, on top of the wall like a steep cliff. A rope may not be enough for one to get to the top. From time to time, a pillar of smoke flies out to the volcano in the center of the island. The whole place is green with the animals as great as dragons. Could it store treasures like folks say? Maybe, but not a soul knows where to look for them. For all I know, some child started to play a tale and played with everyone's desperate dreams. Thanks. Try to remember, is there someone you know who's been to Island? She rolls her eyes. Dear, you're putting your fingers into the wrong stew. You're ready to change the topic, but then she sighs loudly as then almost whispers. Asnevka, Gill of Rocks. Okay, we already asked her, but thank you. I asked her a bit too late, but yeah. Let's go with my girlie. Sleeping in the attic. Best girlie. The rain once again hits the ground, interrupting your sleep. Another day in the muddy roads. The days are getting shorter. Listening to the grunts of the annoyed Sally makes you feel uneasy, but at least first covering the floor, helping you relax. You don't even notice when it's already morning, and while the smell is not coming from the level lower is not inviting, at least it's not you that has to take care of it. Okay, I need to look at my inventory. Okay, I have a fresh, small, sharpening poison. Okay, I'm just checking if I have anything. Okay, return. I go down to the alchemy set. Healing potion. What's the recipe? Woodwarp, some herbs from the heart of the forest. Let me check. Blinding powder. Jar touched by a curse. Piece of flour, driftwood. Okay. Ointment. Maybe another time. Gotcha. Okay, let's go with the second recipe. I need potions just in case, because I don't know if I need them. I clean up. I go outside. Okay, I save. Now we travel. Should I go? I'm not sure if I should go to the creeks. Let's go to the Wanderer first, and then if ever, I'll just go to the creeks. Oh, hello. I'll just call you, I guess, Army. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. We're doing alright. We're playing Roadwarden, and if you're very interested in like very chill RPG like vibes, this is the game for you. Welcome. And like, if you want to chat, if you want to chill around, you can just chill. You can do whatever, as long as you follow the rules down below in the description box. Thanks for coming. The gentle wind is swinging in the willow's twigs. One, maybe two more years, and their tips will pierce the brook's surface. The statue stands in all glory, observing the roads and those who use it. The coin you left in the wooden bowl is no longer there. I consider myself washing myself in the stream. I wash my hands, feet, and neck. Okay, I step away. Let's travel. Yeah, let's check out the copper ore again, if I can find anything. Some little furry creatures. Dang it. Okay, let's travel. Okay, nothing there then. The cabin. Let's check. Anything here? I entered the cabin. Leave the building. Dang it. Okay, so nothing. Old bridge. Is it on the old bridge? I forgot where I need to place the... Oh, there you go. Time to stop lounging around this painted plank. There you go. The convenient remains of a shrub help you tie the plank above the ground. After a few minutes, you step away and take a look at the new sign. It may save someone's life. I'd rather see people building new paths, not hide them. I wonder if the days of iron nails are coming back. What soul would enter the paths that look like this anyway? It may save someone's life. Okay, that's good. Let's travel. I want to go back. But like, ooh. Let's go to Eudosha first. Yeah, let's go to Eudosha first, and then we'll go back to the creeks. You touch the cold shell, the monster's eyes glow red. Karu, come inside, I could use a break. Oh, the golems let you in. I go straight in the house. Eudosha! My girlie! Eudosha sitting on the table, sitting on the stool by the hearth, stares at the brand. New fishing net, ooh, lying on the floor. Let's trade? Oh wait, no, I don't need any more spirit rocks, girlie. I was asked to deliver writing quills to the monastery? Ah, then you're in luck. They're ready. She stands with a sigh and moves the cupboard, then grabs something from the shelf and turns back to you. Here. She opens a small leather case and pulls the quills. Mix of translucent grays and whites. You step closer and reach for them, but she's holding them. Why jade the monks? They rather grim bunch, aren't they? Some nasty rumors are in the air. Her grasps are meeting your eyes briefly. Everyone has a story. What do you mean? What do you mean rumors? She releases the case of frustrated grimace. What do you mean? What do you mean? She's pretty good at making your accent. What is it that you haven't heard? That the monastery brings sickness and nightmares? Really? That the monks have a village in their bandits' grasp, and the prelate crawls in the caves like a beast's den. Her gaze softens when you two exchange looks. I'm glad that they sent you here. I'd be glad to teach my golems to speak if to spare me the sight of the nasty monastic robes. You glance at her own nasty robe, though she doesn't even notice it. I show her the chisel of old Pagos. It used to belong to a sculptor. Do you recognize it? A sad grimace cuts through her face. She rubs her arms. After a few breaths, she holds them on an open palm. I give her the chisel. She stands upright in the center of the yard, with her feet spread apart, the arms stretched out, and a chisel placed on her right hand. After a few heartbeats, the steel rod floats to the air, maybe 2 feet away from her face, rotating slowly, rising up and descending like a stick on the pond surface. So I was right about the chisel. That Eudosha has like a connection because of the Numa. Her gray eyes are tender, her voice is close to a whisper. As a kid, I made a few toys that moved on their own, but they lasted no longer than a single afternoon. A spoon made of all the stuff tastes sweet until it was melted. One candle that shined, one that gave out a green light, but they also turned into stumps. Eudosha's long, dark hair is now waving around her, but there's no wind. I wanted to make aught that would last, with no end. I was 12. Such an adult soul, she lets out a chuckle. So I turned back on my toys and took my father's old favorite tool. It was always in the shed, for he was afraid it would wear one day. I heard that he was using it to the very end. I can see that. Her brief laughter adds strength to her voice. The stitches I used to hold the Numa inside are dwindling. I'll restore them in no time. She grabs the chisel swiftly. Her hair falls on her shoulders. Her eyes are now focused, as if she's an artisan of solving a puzzle. Why keep it the same? A new owner could put it to use. What do you mean? Currently, the chisel adapts to the surface it touches. When used against the glass, it makes a powerful hits gentler. When used against stone, it strengthens them. You get the idea. She points at you with the tool and puts her weight on the left leg. I'll remove these limitations, make it so that it will simply enhance my strike and make with it. A weapon well against the rocks, a tool of destruction, huh? She looks up and starts to laugh at her own joke. Her relaxed shell makes her look like a different soul. Sounds useful indeed. She returns to her previous position. Better go ahead and find aught to do. I'm not a kid anymore, but it may take me a while. The chisel floats again, carefully examined by the enchantress. You find yourself in a wooden block and sit down. You inspect your clothes, especially the cloak, and take a look at your blade. Finally, the enchantress stands still, holding her new creation in your one hand, scratching her chin with the another. You gather your stuff and approach her, but she doesn't look at you. Something wrong? Ah! Tool of destruction? No, not at all. You'd be surprised. She hands it back to you. I didn't expect that my past intuition was sharp. I thought it would take me much longer. Well, go ahead, test it. Maybe there, she points to the wall of her house. The chisel is warm as it was received in Old Pagos, but now it quivers gently, as if barely confining the power. You press it against the larger bricks, then hit it with a blunt size of your axe. The rock moves by 2 inches with a pattern of cracks resembles broken glass. After the next strike, it falls off the wall, leaving behind only cloud dust. Shocked, I stepped back. Eudocia welcomes your return with a confident smile. Pretty good, huh? Thanks to you. I finished what I've left behind many years ago. She takes a deep breath. Let me know if you need anything else. Oh, I love Eudocia, you guys. I love her too much. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. She hurts my soul, you guys. I love her too much. Left Old Pagos during some time of the village in the south collapsed. What happened? I'm no longer the part of the northern tribes. I shouldn't speak their name. She looks at the closest golem, then at the tools of Old Pagos, then finally at her clean fingernails. When you're at Old Pagos, who speaks with you? After I mention Tertia, she drawls out her words. If you have an hourglass, you may want to wear it. It'll be easier to convince her. After a long pause, you start to look around, and then only she does find the right words. And is she healthy? I haven't talked with her in many years. You admit that your conversations don't give you a full picture. So all you do is describe her confidence in her voice, and the tribes seem to trust her. I'm happy for her, she says with an absurd voice. Aw, man, Eudocia, my lover. My lovey. Your exchange of looks. It may have little meaning now, but tell her as follows. The warden ought to know the steep house little otter. She looks away blushing. She'll know it's from me. Oh, oh! Are you guys dating? Are you guys a thing? Were you guys dating? Come on, come on! You can tell me. You can tell me. Okay, let's save. I brought you the flowers. Her eyes widen. She moves closer to you, and I've got dragons here. They're not good for you, you know. You got no reason to worry. We had a deal, Karuru. Her bottom lip is shaking. The hunger of her gray eye makes you lean away. I'm not going to sell them to you. I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm not going to hurt you for a coin. Yep. Let's not. She looks away. Strand of her eyes are her angry gray eyes. I'm sorry, my girl. Can't. I can't. I can't hurt you. See, I was right about that. I was right. Because it was so suspicious. It was really suspicious. I'll be real with you. Let's go to the creeks. Okay, I want to go to Ela. He orders a few kids around, then one gives him a confused look. He squeezes his belly. What are you waiting for? There's work to be done. He smiles and puts away his tools. Welcome back, friend. Good to see that you're safe on the roads. About the eastern path. Did you face any troubles? I placed the sign like you asked. He exhales and nods gently. Thanks, friend. I was thinking about it, and it may look like a good opportunity to us to visit the mountain after all. There's a lot of talk about there will be even more spring. Here. He hands you two dragon bones that he already held in his pocket pants. I'm glad to see that you got your senses back. He laughs. Aww, you almost took all my savings we had. But I'm sure it's a good investment. I'll let you know if there's anything you need. Oh man, I don't want to hurt Ela. Ela, I need to know what happened 10 years ago. Don't you trust me? I do, Karuru. I do. His voice is close to a whimper. But can't you see I'm in pain? I beg you. Let me die with shame. Aren't we friends? Oh. His hands are clasping his stomach, putting pressure on it as if he's trying to stop some invisible bleeding. Oh, let's save. Okay, let's save. Let's save. Let's save. Because I want to see both options. Let's go with stop it. Deal with your shame by being honest with me. He bites his lower lips and looks away. Troll piss and Roadwarden. Fine. Oh, he stands up, pointing at you with his clenched fist, suddenly filled by your spirit you've never seen before. What do you want me to say? I was there, as well as my parents. My parents from of others from our village. Thias wanted to make an example of the steep house. Steep house. Steep house. And told us to either help her or be next in line. See, Thias. You a-hole. Oh my god, she's evil. See? She's evil. Absolute evil. He spreads his arm. I, a great uniter of the North. We wanted her there to with her myriad midons. Left dust, hunger behind, and beasts of herd came after us. Angry, burnt, cut trees. Too bad once that happened, no soul wanted to deal with the two-faced weasel. Oh. His voice cracks. We cut flesh into the innocence to save our own, and we've got nothing from it. You flinch when he raises his hands to move towards you, even though his gesture is not to make such an attack. As you're away with him to let out some of his fire, seeing your reaction, he slows down, but only makes his voice louder. You already knew all of that, didn't you? And you just had to test my last wits for your games. What do you think? You'll take the blood from my blade and wake up from that effing boy? The other people in the yard cease their work and observe you and hear a child crying. I raise my voice. I didn't know that you killed anyone, Ela. But you're lucky that you faced no consequences even though you deserved them. Now step away. No. I speak softly. You're a victim, not a villain. Thias wants you struck with them without you. Maybe kill you as well, but you're alive and you try to put your life into good use. I tried to stay quiet. I wasn't there. I have no clue what you went through. Maybe you deserve your pain, maybe not. I don't judge you. Oh, okay. Oh, quick save. Okay, it's either the second one or the third one. You're not the victim. You're a victim, not a villain. There are no words. He starts swallowing his tears, flounders aside. No words can wash my dreams, Kiraru. I can't be forgiven. I can't fix anything. He turns around and lurches into the building with his tools. Sad looks of others follow you, but the life slowly returns to the video. To the small village of the creeks. We'll speak another time. Wait, let me check. I want to check if I said... I tried to stay quiet. I wasn't there. I have no clue. He looks at you with through his tears. He absently staring to the clouds. You weren't there. His hands and my eyes and hands are cursed, but he looks at the gathered crowd, then looks at you again. You're not alone. They're not alone. He turns around and lurches through the building with his tools. The sad look of okay. I really want to say that he's a victim because he was a victim. We'll speak another time. Steep house. Having discovered the truth, you could force the people of Hallersdale to confront their past. Oh, though they may not take kindly to trusts and requests. Oh my god, okay. You'll learn more about their deeds and conflicts, the more tools you'll use against them, if they listen to me at all. Okay, I walk out away. I approach Shallow Creek. I jump into the stream. I step away. Okay, I go to travel. Goodness gracious. Okay. We have to seek shelter. Travel. Ooh. Okay. Save. Let's sleep. Okay, sleep. Goodness, this game's getting really heavy. The dark skies don't let go, yet it's another nightfall for rainfall. Never break, huh? You're in the labyrinth of the alleys and the steep house, which shifts after every step. You wander by the blooming gardens, burning houses, laughing newlyweds, cut off limbs, fresh hair pieces, and chewed bones, carts loaded with barrels, and falling trees. You're sitting on a table in front of an apple inn, surrounded by laughing skeletons. Thias naked. What? Covered in blood, ashes, holds your hand, forcing you to stuff your mouth with raw meat from bottomless bowl. Every bite tasting like metal. An old key burns your mouth, but you can't scream. The unyielding gasp of pain brings pain and delight in equal measure. You wouldn't dare to try to escape it. The smoke coming from your roasting flesh starts to fill your eyes, but they have no tears to spare. You wake up and reach for a water skin so you can rinse the ash from your hand. It takes a few heartbeats before you realize where You are. Those monsters. If there was justice in the words, they would face the gravest punishment. The villagers wouldn't have agreed to it if they knew what was to come. Thais lied to them. She was the one who bears the responsibility. I've only seen one side of the story. I'm sure peoples of Hallersdale felt they were justified. No. No! I'll say the second one, because she's always been like this. She's always been like that. Listening to the grunts of the annoyed Sally makes you uneasy, but at least the surrounding furs covering the floor are helping you relax. You don't notice when it's already morning, while the smell coming from the lower floor is not inviting. At least it's not you who has to take care of it. I approach Foggy. Something you need? Questions about the peninsula. Goodness gracious! That's what's that? The steep house? Steep house? The steep house. It's coming back to me. The poor little place. Those ruins used to be the richest village in the north. Place so close to the pass through Haggis Hills. Perfect for traders and travelers. Her eyes show sorrow. They cared about the southern road, unlike the hunters from Pelt. They farmed, looked after the forest and garden, yet she looks away and puts her thumb on her scarred lips. They would have done better after spending their dragons on a proper wall. Not that pitiful palisade of theirs. They were inviting monsters. Gosh, but they had a traitor. They had a traitor. A traitor. Time for me to go. I feel so horrible, you guys. I go outside. Let's travel. Okay. I need to go here. I need to go going backwards. Because I need to talk to Old Pagos. I need to talk to Hallersdale Perios. And then I said I want to go here, so we're going to go here too. Let's go to the pier. Why not? I approach the pier. I leave the pier. Okay, fine. Travel. Old tunnel. Oh, shoot. No. No. Load again. Load. Yep. Okay. How much time? Okay. Let's travel. Okay. I go outside. Travel. Let's go to Gale Rocks. Okay. Let's go to the Batman. Tell me about your services. There we go. Pay 0. Let's go. I step away. Then we go to Portia. I'd like a meal. Let's go. You see this, you guys? You see? I step away. I step away. You know what? I am so happy. I'm so happy. Is it Fluvia? Again, I'm looking for someone else. Dang it. Wrong spelling probably. Let me see. What's the name again? It starts with an F. Let me look. List. Give me the name. Oh wait, but I can have. I think it's my journal actually. F. Nope. Wait, I have it. Wait. Just wait, you guys. I have it. I swear. Not Tertia. Severina. Iuno. Not Iuno. Severina. Purios. Was it? I forgot. Fulvia. The keeper doesn't acknowledge our arrival until you call her after she leaves the dark tunnel. She says nothing, waiting patiently. Okay. Let's see. I need to talk to Sabrina. Frick. Okay, let's save. Okay. We'll only talk about 2. I spent time traveling between places. Do you have any work for me? I don't need a stranger before autumn, when we'll trade for winter grain. Although she runs her eyes over you, then glances the garden forever. There's something that may be an easy task for a traveler, chiefly one that doesn't talk too much. She reaches her tablet and nods in approval. Right. I want you to look around, not ask around. There's a group of spice merchants' tools that was meant to reach our village some time ago. They fell silent, most likely taken to the fogs by some beasts. Keep your eyes open, maybe you'll find their shells or even wares. Once you know what happened, I'll pay you. She starts to hum herself into the pouches of her desk. 5 coins. Don't speak to any other tribe about it. She stares at you harshly. We must keep this between ourselves, and if the merchants turn out to be nowhere to be found, I'll pay you as well. Oh. I found the... Okay, let's save. I found an abandoned wagon on the eastern path. You describe your findings, but she's hesitant to trust you. Right, I would expect them to have a wagon, but that ain't enough. Be better get there fast, seek some trails. Cart breaking could have forced its owners back. Find clear signs of merchants. Any ideas where I could start? Most merchants would take the western path. So in your place, I'd find some villages. I would, but those were now and would use the eastern route, which is faster and more dangerous if they are the settlements. It would be a group big enough to fill an entire inn. Just don't ask anyone about them. Fine. One more. Okay. Have you seen Asterion recently? Ooh. The people of Old Pecos could use an old friend right now. Maybe some supplies for winter. She straightens up and frowns. I think you misunderstand the shape of our past alliance. You do. While it's true that our forebears had strong ties before Pagos started following their rights in their own river fate. For years now, we've been at odds, contacting each other merely out of necessity ever since we were accused of robbing them. We accused of robbing them. Oh, they were accused. I forgot. I thought it was Old Pagos. She suddenly pauses, glancing at her granddaughter, clearing her throat. Wrongfully accused. We are not welcomed at their gates, and I have no doubt they will help us either, if you say so. Okay, farewell. Okay, let's travel. I wanted to go... Should I go to the ford? Hallersdale. Let me see. Sure, let's travel. What did I say again? We were supposed to go to Hallersdale. I said I wanted to go backwards because of Pirios. And then, wait, let me check out the quests again. Journal. Quests. There. Explore the peninsula, gather a crew. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Okay. Support the monks. Hell nah. Studying the golems. Hell nah. Sleeping giants. Ruined village. Quills for the monastery. Oh, I need to go to the monastery. Gotcha. Okay. So we need to go to the monastery first. Let me see. How much time do I have? Okay, let's travel to the monastery. And then we go to Pirios, which is at Hallersdale. Okay, and a carcass of ibex floats down the river, nervously followed by the rocks. They eat and one dab at a time. A few monks are training at the yard, clashing their weapons, their wooden staves loudly. A colorful smoke leaves one of the cave mouths. You call the monks by hitting their sticks, and drawbridge lowers. Ailey gestures for you to enter the storage house with his bandaged hand. Warden, he nodded. Is it all right? His young companion is next to him, observing your palfrey. Okay. No, I'm not gonna tell them about the copper vein. I really don't trust anyone with the copper vein. I'll be real. I'll be so real with you. I really don't. Oh, sorry. It's too low. Okay, I really don't trust anyone for the copper vein. I'll be real about the things you asked me to do. Here are your quills. He reaches for the case with his bandaged hand and opens it gently. He greets them with a wide yellow smile. So our deal was about 5 dragons. Right. He hesitates as he reaches his bag to pull out the reward and hands it to you with his bare hand. A fair coin for the fair work. That's all. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's travel. We have enough time. Howlersdale. Let's go to Howlersdale. You approach the evening gate, then swiftly dismount. A guard approaches you, ready to take your mount to the stable. Good to see you. How are your journeys? What? At least this guard still treats me like a human being. We gossip for a bit. The curious locals gather around to part in your conversation. Recently, 2 teens suddenly announced their engagement, and no soul knows when it started. I enter the village. Okay. You're wandering through the village. A couple of older people are gossiping with excitement about the grains in the millstone. A washwoman singing about the last sunbeams of summer with her heavy accent. And the words are difficult. Okay, I need to decide what to do with this, what I've learned about the steep house. I go to Elpis. Okay, you entered the building site, which has changed quite a bit. But since the last day of your village, Elpis has been standing in the middle of the yard, surrounded by her companions, and yet she takes a few breaths to collect herself. Her thoughts, we are glad to see you, Roadwarden. Her eyes make you think of the sky just after the rain. The forest speaker had put us to shame, and we've discussed his words and deeds. Her voice is slow, but with hesitation. We're grateful that the village of the Old Pagos will share the next summer with us. The lack of the seed will be a burden, but will bring us much brighter days. See, at least the druids, you can kind of talk with them. You know what I mean? You can kind of negotiate. I whisper, making sure none of the workers can see it. The hamlet will stay as it is. Oh, I don't remember what the hamlet is. I don't remember. Considering what I did for Old Pagos, don't you think I'm ready for healing abilities? Let me save real quick. Let me save, because I'm not sure. She smiles gently, then steps back and bows deeply. Seeing this, nearby druids also lower their heads. The others may not know, but you've chosen their safety over their greed. Your heart will be remembered. Considering what I did for Old Pagos, don't you think I'm worthy for your healing abilities? Yes! Okay, we did it, you guys. She smiles gently. You deserve the help of spirits. She leans her staff forwards, pointing to you with its top. But will only happen when I see you barely standing. To stay strong, one should eat and sleep and rest. Okay. See? At least the druidess is nice. Let me check out my inventory real quick. Oh, 31. Let's go. Okay. I need to decide what to do about what I've learned about the steep house. Let's save real quick. You're standing in the middle of the islet, taking a good look at the village. The locals follow their daily routines. Children are playing tag. The trees are turning golden brown. You listen to the humming creek and a singing old woman. Yet, you can see what's all beneath all of that. A home of raiders who led dozens of humans to their death. You decide to act if you'll have only one shot of this. Starting with a storm, with the firm support of the locals, you'll paint will paint you as a threat. If Thais was able to keep her power despite her deeds, she surely has a strong support. Exactly. She has strong support, and she may not yield to you even if you openly confront. I ought to do my best to weaken the mayor's position. The druids may help me with that. I could offer Nope, not Thais. I already did my part. Report everything to the city officials. Let them decide if they want to get involved. Nope. Nothing but good. I'll ask the druids. Let's go to the druids. You'd think of your previous conversations with Elpis. While she is surely respected in the village and seems to have unusual talents, so far her attitude towards the mayor has been rather timid unless you can present a good case that can make her turn against Thais. You doubt she's going to keep her conversation a secret. Let's hope. Let's hope. You know what? Let's hope. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea. After some time, the two of you are wandering in the forest garden. The thumping of the druid's staff as she walks disappears in the overwhelming noise. A few hunters and other druids are on the verge of sight, looking at for other beasts. She finally breaks the silence. Why do you want to speak of the steep house? Before you left the village, the suspicious look of the guards convinced you the mayor already knows about your stroll. Ooh. Thais is both ambitious and cruel. I won't let her hurt the other tribes. Thais is unpredictable and manipulative. It's time for the druids to restore the order of the village. Howlers still don't need to grow anymore. We must stop Thais, or she will never be full. It's either the second or the third one. It's either the second or the third one. Because you need to think of, does this benefit the other person? Why will this person help me? Why should they help me? It needs to benefit the other person as well. So when you talk about negotiations like this, you need to think of either 2 or 3. Thais is unpredictable and manipulative. Or... because it does sound like... it kind of sounds like an opinion. I'm not sure. Let's save. Oh, I don't know if I like this, but we're saving. Okay, so I can check if I like the third one or the second one better. Let's say the third one first. She doesn't respond at first. Instead, staring at her apple rotting at the branch. She picks it gently, then touches the branch. Its leaves grow stronger and larger. You're right, she says carefully. But now there are many like her. I may have my doubts, but I trusted to never seek control, only to give advice. Wait, let's load again. I want to see. If I say Thais is unpredictable. See. Okay, we do not choose our leaders. Okay, so she says we do not choose our leaders. So we have to go with the third one. The third one, okay. The third one was the correct choice, I think. Oh, gosh. She doesn't respond at first, staring at an apple rotting on the branch. You're right, but there are now many like her. You keep beating the trails. The bright, sparse woods are nothing like those you've seen at the other parts of the peninsula. I'm listening. Ooh, save. You must admit what happened to the village was terrible. Do you really believe Thais can stay? She won't cause further harm. You know I'm trustworthy. I wouldn't sabotage your neighbors. Oh, this one's risky. The third one's very risky. I'm gonna say the second one for now. Let's check out the other choices though. So I'm gonna save. She stops and observes the carcass of a hedgehog, judging by the tracks butchered by the badger. It may be true so far. You have added no added fuel to our plans. She crouches slightly, giving the shell a closer look. Ants, she says, then steps around it. My neighbors gained a lot from her past choices. My judgment means a lot to them, but she showed she protects us. Eva, if the price is too high. Oh, dang it. Okay, let me check out the first one. I must. Well, you know more about those days than I do. You carry in silence. Okay. Okay, that works. That first one worked. You know I'm trustworthy. I won't sabotage your neighbors. Is very, very risky. It's very risky, you guys. Ooh, let's go with Thais again. We already talked about her. You know how impulsive she gets. There must be someone else who can lead your tribe. Aren't you worried about the future of your gathering? You grow in comfort, but what I've seen, you are detached from your teachings you shared with me, or the ones you've heard from the altar warden. I'd rather not wait until it's too late, but as you wish. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's say this one. We pay close attention to the teachings of our ancestors. Are they too proud to see the seasons are they the same? They used to be the small animals come and go. Some packs are broken, and new tribes are moved in. Our village is bound to change as well, and we'll blind to take la 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 la. Teachings will never to grow. She stops and looks back at the directions. Howlers, though. You see the tree shrunk shrub. 'Tis true, changes occur too fast for my heart. Wait, let's load again. Let's try again. You know me, I'm trustworthy. Oh my god. She stops in place and leans towards you, holding her staff to her side. Her eyes are warm like spring day, and she smiles gently. I trust, and so do my neighbors. I can see that you are sure what you're saying is true, but I doubt you're lying. You really believe that Thais can stay? That she won't cause further harm? Ooh, hoo. Okay, same thing, same thing. Ooh, ooh. Okay, aren't you worried? We already talked. Yet she trusted her wits and talents, interrupted by screeching birds. She seeks amongst the leaves. The ties you've met is shaped by sorrows, but her laughter is nay always as dead to us now. Many of us owe her lives, since our gathering promised to not interfere with the choices of our neighbors. We took a step back, even when we realized her determination's high cruelty and stubbornness. Nay does a soul opposed to her now. How did you become mayor in the first place? Your incantations helped her plants bloom. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Your incantations helped her plants bloom. It's time something. She hesitates. None of us is free of guilt. None of us is ought to be a leader. Only those who are trusted, either more or less. If we were to follow your word, we would replace one tyrant with another. What is also there to say? What's your decision? Will you speak with the others? You approach the giant oak, older than any other tree in the garden. It's surrounded by trails of shoes and paws, and yet it's oddly quiet, even though there's dozens of birds and crowns spread among the branches like faithful trampled paws. Elpis reaches for a long claw mark on the bark. She touches them with a palm of her hand gently, then scratches them with her fingernails, adding a few more cuts, fresh, dripping with sap. The birds, still without as much caw, they take off loudly, maybe 100 of them at once, and in such panic that a few of them crash into the branches, one or another. Before you can take a closer look, your companion moves her staff to in front of you, then nods for you to follow her away from here. You glance at the claw marks once more. Worms are already rushing towards them. After a minute of the stroll, the woman asks again, I cannot help you. It may be better for you to stay away from Hallersdale from day on. This day on, Thais is not kind to her enemies. Dang it! Ah! I thought the druids could help me. I really did. I thought that the druids could help me. Dang it. Ugh. I really thought that the druids could help me. But I guess I was wrong about them. The druids are just like as bad as her, probably. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It's so hard. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I ask you to reconsider. Okay, I have nothing more to say. You have something to tell me, the forest speaker? She asks your companion and spares you a little more disdainful chuckle. Your ape ale placed on the chair, muscular man, Elpis hides nothing. Willingness, finally, the first kick reaches your stomach. Okay. I'm warning you. The beating is short but effective. The blood from your mouth covers your clothes. Your ribs ache. You're still a Roadwarden. I guess I ought to let you be. The mayor's voice is bored and carries out a hint of city folk. Now get and do not return unless you handsomely support our artisans. You place careful steps throughout the square, and whispers and worried looks about your mount welcomes you with a hearty snort, but it looks like mockery. Tasting iron, your mouth, I think the last smirk formed on Pius's lips. I won. I head to the gate and climb on the saddle. Oh man, she pisses me off. Okay, let's seek shelter. Travel. Okay, let's sleep. Sleep. Oh man, she pisses me off. It too shall pass. Okay. Okay. Let me save real quick. Let's travel. I want to see if I can go back to Howler's Cell real quick. I need to talk to Pirios. Go to the main square. Trader's now around. I go to Pirios. Hey, Roadster, need anything? I cross my arms and straighten up. Give me back the iron you took from the people of Gilrocks. He hesitantly reaches towards his belt, but after taking a glance at the villagers, he raises his hand as if calming you down. Come on, Roadster. Without it, I'll have nothing to sell once I head south. Don't try to play with me. You stole it before you lost your belongings. He raises his voice. Aye, but I need it more than some of the fishers. He looks at you with contempt and scratches his scarred face. Have mercy, let me keep it, and I'll be in your debt. My thinker is heavier than my muscles, but I know how to use my ballista, and I can help you in a dangerous trip. This ingot's my only Roadster. Very well, but if you try to leave the peninsula before I collect your debt, I won't be so kind next time I find you. Spursy smirk, you have my word. I'll wait for you. Okay, bye. Okay, leave the square. Okay, let's leave. Okay, I don't know how to fix Howler's Cell. Howler's Cell is such a prick. Okay, let's go to the gates. Yes. Let's go to the gates. Okay, I'd like to open the gates. Are you sure? Do it. Ooh. You left the bar, Quintus, edge of woodlands. I return to the cairn in the middle of the forest. You approach the monkey's territory? Dang it. Okay. I dismount and yell back at them. Let's try that. You approach one of the crowded trees, holding your trusted axe. The creatures spread at first, but they surround you and your palfrey, throwing anything they can grab while staying at the branches. You cover your face, but to no avail. Two animals move lower branches, they cackle and effortlessly dodge your swipes. Your angry shout is met with mocking howls. A few more creatures get on the ground. Lucky rock reaches your forehead, making you retreat. I climb on the saddle and rush to Sally. Couple of slugs crawling. Okay. I dismount and follow the tracks west. Ooh, they soon turn north into a game trail wide enough for your mount to enter. The ticket. Oh wait, I need to use the inventory, by the way. Let me just use a fresh healing potion drink. Okay, turn. After a few minutes with a little effort, you reach the wider trail. You get back in the saddle and ride uphill, following a convenient rocky trail covered in silent light. Cleared of plants. Once you get on top, you look around. From here, you get a good view of the heart of the woods, and you spot smoke coming from the villages, far from the distance. The further path ends in ravine. You look over the edge at the gentle brook far below. The hole is too wide to be crossed with to jump, even for Sally. You narrow your eyes. On the other side is a simple bridge made of logs and ropes, now rolled up, resting by the green shrub. I make a grappling hook made of the rope and carved bones, even though it may take a lot of time and effort. I try to walk around gully. Let's try the grappling hook. After your 12th attempt, it gets stuck between the stems of the shrub. You put a loop around a conveniently placed rock in the way. Unessential equipment, including the armor. Once your legs are swinging in the air, dozens of yards are roaring in the water. You think about the warm beds, safe alleys of Oblivion. Finally, you touch the other side. Your itching hand is red. I lift the wooden bridge and place it across the gully. I tie my rope. The trail is canopied by overhanging trees, and so you follow your mount. Would struggle to turn around. Staying on foot, you grab the lead rope and follow the corridor carved in the lush thicket. I try to ignore the scent of the rotting leaves. Soon after, the path widens a bit. You notice a shell larger than your own torso. Its 8 legs are as long as you are tall. Clinging on the tree, that's your way. You freeze. The dark hairy thorax matches the browns of the plants. I examine the spire from a safe distance. What are you paying attention? What are you looking for? Paying attention to? Wait. Let's say tree, and then let's say bushes. The trees are young and lush, hardly reaching above the undergrowth, and the fallen twigs and branches are pushed off trail. Look for something else. Bush. Turn around, dang it. No. Okay. How do I do this? What am I paying attention to? Ooh. I'm paying attention to trees, grass. Let's try grass. Look for something else. Footprints. You crouch. Some footprints are fresh, yet there are no signs of combat. By the spider's hideout, I look for something else. A path? Ooh. What do I look for? Let me see. Plants? You can't walk. You can't just squeeze by the spider without drawing its attention. Oh, okay. You can't just squeeze by the spider without drawing its attention. Rock? Okay. Well, if I have an axe. Cut. Oh, I have poison. What's that? I have the poison? Sharpening poison. Dang it. Dang, what will I do with the spider? Okay, I should turn around. I really want to go here. Okay, so far the spider hasn't moved an inch. I poke it with a stick. Why not? You step slowly, picking up the long branch resting on the side of the trail. Once you tap the abdomen, you let out a relief sigh. You observe the spider's dried out shell in such a humid place. You'd expect it to rot. Oh my goodness, that's good. Sally pulls the lead, begging to turn around. I comfort it with the sound of my voice. Okay. The path is beaten. Oh, okay, we found something. Yet your mount has to step over the branches, large rocks, and even animal bones. While the trees aren't pruned, they grow sparse enough for you to have a good view of your surroundings. A pile of rotting logs, the remains of a food, and even a broken wagon rest at the feet of the crag. You look up, the palisade has a massive gap in it, which now serves as the vantage point for a person you can't clearly. You're holding an arrow on your strong bow, and while they aren't aiming for you, they'd have enough time to shoot before you get off the saddle. You've a horse, a masculine voice announces loudly. Oh! Then stares at you. Thought a mad deer was running. I did. I almost shot it at the nose. An arpus. Who? I shout back. Cararoo, a roadwarden. Oh! Okay. The archer crouches as if watching you from 2 feet closer is going to make a difference. He shouts, but more towards someone behind the wall. Wait, another roadwarden? You sure it looked like you rode through Thames swamps? Head up. But I've my eyes on you. I do. The hamlets could be a generation old, while freshly beaten paths and spread trash and newly fallen trees and gathered rocks make it clear that the dwellers are still altering their surroundings. The woods around you are filled with wildlife crowding the tree and grass, crowns and grass and trunks. A boar flees up to the path, keeping its eyes on you as it runs. The dragonling is drinking from the pond you rode by. There are a few people gathered by the gate, and more of them approach you from behind. You count 8 of them in total, with only 1 female face among them. All are younger than 40. Weapons are on their sides or their hands. Oh, there's our village? Simple flails, but I thought it was only a lodge, like a small one. Two-handed axes on long shafts, maces, spears, throwing clubs, equipment too heavy and unwieldy that you can't be sure if it's meant to be threaten you or to get through the skin of nearby monsters, if necessary. Some of those who come through the open gate have bare chests, displaying their scars and bandages, but others are wearing the heavy jackets and look nothing more like pure farmers seeking shelter for the night. They observed your mount in silence together with the curious rocks sitting on the top of the wall. I get down slowly and then keep my open hands in the air. One of the strangers nods in approval, while the other gestures for you to step away from your mount, making sure that you're not hiding anything. Alright, leave here. Every bait. Tie the beast somewhere. Bro, it's not a beast, it's a horse! He points his thumb behind him and leading your eyes to the loose stake of the palisade. Glossia is on her way. He adds matter-of-factly, as if to a regularly waiting ale's keeper. You follow his commands, waiting for the dweller's silence. From afar, you hear heavy footprints of a person who joins you soon after. Her massive winter boots are made of leather, still remembers of the garnet dye of the past. You have wide, firm heels. The bronze of decorative buckles is polished without a hint of green. Her emerald eyes are running over your mount equipment and reaching for your face last with little curiosity. She's broad-shouldered with a muscular figure and round face. Her long, shining mail rests on her green akhenton, making noise with every movement on her arms. Her right hand is tapping on the hilt of her sickle sword, a broad blade meant for chopping, not just for flesh, also twigs. Sheatheded on her side, the short, dark hair fire is carefully cut, and her skin is healthily tanned. It takes another few breaths for you to notice the other side of her appearance. While she's wider than anyone in sight, she's more than head shorter than you. You spot gray strands of her hair and wrinkles cut by scars on her cheeks and lips, and her hand is missing a thumb, explaining why the blade is on her right side. And the old bruise surrounding her left eye, oh shoot, it's a bit loud, sorry, hinders her from fully opening it. So it's difficult for you to match her gaze. She's just acting tough. She must be quite a fighter. A palfrey at this time? Her confident, powerful voice matches her straight posture. She reaches for the bottom of Sally's neck, slowly allowing it to accept her touch. After a moment of hesitation, is there more for running the combat? I believe the Saurian was dangerous but slower, without much stamina. You look for a reason why she would lecture you about your own trade. Then notice the curious eyes on her band, listening to every word. It may be the first horse they've ever seen. Stranger, she looks at you again. I've heard of your arrival, the peninsula, but I didn't expect we'd see you here on our doorstep. We don't have much to discuss. Tell me you ain't stupid enough to provoke my hand. Let's be distanced. I have a few questions for you. She raises her chin, looking at something above you. Do I look like someone who hopes to prattle with an outsider? Say yes, and you'll lose your teeth. And she adds before laying out the word. For all I know, you're another city spy. If I were to learn you're here for another hinder our work. She pauses. Then to fight beasts, I'd have a light heart letting you bleed your neck out to right where you are. You look out to your left and right. No matter how many hours of training you have behind you, the sheer number of opponents would overwhelm you. But let's leave the threats for later. Take a stroll with me. I ain't missing a chance to enjoy the rest of the summer. She heads north before you decide to do what's next. Someone pushes you forward with the blunt edge of a spear. I guess I go north then. The neglected path leads you to the pond, through the rocks sticking out to the ground, fallen branches and rotten deck covering a wild puddle. There are some signs of repairs made on a bridge for fishers, but there are also some broken logs and a boat with a large hole on its hull. Glossia and it's Glossia! And her two guards walk with you in silence, surrounded by the screeching beasts, and around and above you. She takes leisurely strides as you step onto the bridge. Looking across the pond, you can see the woods are surrounded from all sides, like the walls of a dungeon chamber, with the green and gray saurians basking both in the banks and in shallow water. The frogs, flies, and black birds shatter any guise of peace. The wood beneath you is slippery. Whenever the woman makes a sudden movement, you flinch, preparing your shell to push away. Don't have any doubts, she speaks calmly, looking at the distance. I have little trust to offer, and less patience. It's better that we meet this way instead of on the road. She turns towards you and moves her hand towards her back. But if you have no good reason to talk to me, you can scat away. This land needs no soldiers, roadwardens, and chiefly no city folk. Oh gosh. You've been heard. We'll see about that. I'll judge your deeds, not your words. Girl, you ask me to talk and then you're just pissing me off just like Tulia. Well, not Tulia. The mayor. Oh my god. Without another word, she leads you back. Then through the gate, the old rotting roof. Only building is starting to bend under its own weight. Its condition is only slightly worse than that of the area around it. The broken tools, soggy planks and logs, the broken fence animal pen, and the waist-high nettle leaves growing on every scrap of ground that's not been beaten by the boots. And the hamlet smells of putridity. The screeching animal isn't as overwhelming here, but unlike the other settlements, there's hardly any labor to fill the emptiness. The bandits either follow you or sit around idly. There's firewood gathered by the wall, and if you see someone eating a piece of cold roasted meat, it seems like no one's eager to grab a hammer or needle or a carving knife. Glossia doesn't stop, making you follow her around the long shelter. She keeps your eyes straight ahead, not commenting on anything you walk by. With every step, her mail jangles slightly, breaking her silence. Your eyes either wander around or stare at the back of her head. Oh. You made Layson worried with your recent moves. She slows down. Two of you approach the old animal pen. Though right now it's inhabited by rucks and worms, she leans against soggy fence, which moans and protests. Her emerald eyes don't hide surprise or perfectly imitate it. I suppose I have expected Layson's boar eyes on me. And what does he want to get from me exactly? I see nothing surprising in an keeper who's worried about bandits. Her eyes' mirthless grin, more akin to scowl, makes you think of Dragonling. You would. If you knew of deeds tied to our past, tell him this, stranger. Don't sweat. The rights lead my blade against and dreams against the necromancers of the White Marshes. Also bed with the Ibex. What? Okay. No, we're already done with the plague. It's been struggling with the plague. Can you tell me about the undead on the north? I've heard in Gale Rocks the villagers are waiting for some spice merchants. It doesn't say a thing. Waiting for you to go on. Do you know anything about it? Nothing. You need to hear? Okay. I found an abandoned cart on the eastern trail. She keeps her pace, forcing you to stare at her hair, then keeps outside the gate looking around. And you drop the cereal here. She freezes, then turns around too quickly for you to notice how it ends up in her hand. Your fingers are aching for the next few minutes. Cheers for returning this to me. She scowls at you and throws the arrow to one of her guards. I ain't gonna explain myself. We need the tools and wares to sell, so we took the merchants back to their homes with their skin untouched and tugs at their back. They knew the risk and took it. You flinch when she reaches her shoulder, but someone already is behind you, keeping your range. Her strong hand squeezes your flesh. Do we have a problem here? I tried to shake her hand. I shake my head slowly. I needed to know the truth, that's all. You need it, do you? You sigh with relief when she releases her shoulder, then her strong fingers start to pat the front of your neck. And I need to know your place. You to know your place. Her hand forms a fist and hits your chest gently. Don't be a kid. Some questions are better left unanswered. Her emerald eyes weigh on you heavier than your touch. She walks away slowly, gesturing for you to follow. What else? Let me see. I'm trying to find what happened to Sterion. She doesn't spare you a glance, so there are some people who are convinced that you have something to do with his disturbance. She stops in her place and heavy hands rest on your shoulder, pulling you down. You catch a scent of myrtle flower and grows in warmer lands, delivered by ships of Hovlevin, and fruits. And who are some? You notice her front teeth are missing. I just smile. She waits for a few more breaths, piercing you through her emerald eyes, then pushes you away and continues to walk. Let them talk. People will ascribe me for any misdeed or bad dream they have, but I have no Roadwarden in my stew yet. Have you heard about the High Island? Okay, she doesn't want. Stop bothering me with this nonsense. Her quick response as a whip. I ain't got no reason to guide you around if you want me to help Asterion be useful. Gosh. Why do you want to target the White Marshes? And why don't you? She turns her head, giving you an annoyed glance. What good is a Roadwarden if the armies of our working shells are right under our nose? I can force in a trial village. I put the necromancer's rule to end. I just need to find a way. They aren't hurting anyone. Let me understand the situation better so I can do something. The brow of her healthy eye furrows down. Are you that blind? The necromancers are in our land. What else is there to tell? These spells have been forbidden since the day before 10 cities, and the way settlements are looking away. Their laziness, her tones of disgust. Their separation from all the rights and written souls by the right. It leaves the beast to devour, the last shreds of what we humans, as the humans, deserve. She ambles forward, without looking at you. I have nothing to gain from telling you stories. Fight for what's right, or fall from the others. Okay, I see. Can you tell me about the undead on the north? Her armor clinks so loudly that the rook flutters its wings, dashing to the wall. There around, she meets your eyes, tapping the hilt of her sword. What do you ask? They need to be dealt with, of course. She stares at you, then nods vigorously and turns away, carrying on her walk. You've got a clear eye. There are some undead in the darkest and thickest of caves, but they ain't anything more than a gentle rash in a shell filled with poison, white marshes with their dark arts and crazy warlocks. They are the real danger, and part of our work is taking any bone we can get from them. You ask her something more, and she slows down. They ain't merely using their own dead outsider. They seek shells of the woods. They scavenge for them. Like, she waves one of the rocks, opens its mouth in objection. Shame on the villages that let them do, made the rights, drown them all. Okay. I'd like to learn more about you. She doesn't even stop. Hire yourself a bard, she growls. I don't want to talk about Foggy, maybe. Do you need my assistance? She stops in place, then gestures to Soggy bench. Both of you sit down, but your eyes don't meet. Instead, you observe the dark birds that are pecking each other for old gruel among the nettles. And why do the Roadwarden want to help me? To avoid harm. She grunts. You don't need to do anything to earn such a luxury. The opposite is true. Don't get in my way, and I won't cut myself a steak off your palfrey. It's simple. Okay, so she's, I guess, because everybody kept saying that she won't harm people. Like, she does do like steal stuff and like threaten people, but she hasn't actually harmed anyone. That's what they're saying. But I need something to tell me that that's true. Gosh. She leans back, but you can do some small things for me, and not for free. Okay, not for free, good. One of my lads has abandoned his post and has taken something very valuable from me. He wants to start his life anew, so he won't use his name, but you'll recognize him. Speaks like someone from a village. From a village, he does. Her tone is sarcastic. Her eyes remain serious. Young, strong, with a pretty face, and blue eyes of a beaten cup. Huh? Shaves often. Last tog he had on his back was a black Gavinson, matching his short hair. But if he has any wits, he sold it somewhere already. When she crosses her leg with another, her mail clinks so loudly that it makes you flinch. She reaches for her boot, adjusting it with her broad fingers. He doesn't want to be found, but he may need the Roadwarden's help. If so, merely tell me where he hides, and I will find him. All right? She straightens up and rises to her feet as if conversation reaches its conclusion. I'll drop you a few coins for the trouble. 4 maybe? Or I'll give you a handful of arrows for a crossbow. I don't need them really. I think I found the shell in the wood. No. I think I saw him hiding in a cave not so far from here. She steps forwards and pats your shoulder a bit too roughly. The smirk on her scarred lip is briefing but tailing. Alright, but we still need time to get him. What do you want, 4 coins or 6 arrows? I'll take the dragon bones. Don't make us wait. The thing is, I don't remember where he was. I'm pretty sure, because we already, we already completed almost the entire map. Foggy mentions dark days. No, I'm not gonna tell her this. Well, should I? You may want to stay away from old pigos. She glances at you with her unmarked eyebrow raised, making a difference between her sizes. You think I don't know what's happening in my land? I don't need your rumors. Okay. Say, fine. Foggy mentioned some dark days pushed you into becoming a bandit. More than you count. Or did the people of their warm homes pick easy coins? We have survivors from long-gone village of the Seep House, a lad forced into marriage by some old pricks, along with beards and copper, and daughter poisoned herself with daffodil pie, a hunter whose home was lost in a fire, a shepherd who took their own oath to clean the woods of hungry wolves, a hungry thief who chose to run away instead of losing their arm. The guards are now numerous. Some of them are now looking down, casting you shameful glances, while others meet your eyes, keeping their backs straight. We were wronged by this land, Glossia carries on. Her steps grow spearingly. Her mail becomes annoyingly loud. And our work will give us pride back. Girl! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're taking this the wrong way. Again, you're not the only victims here. There are other people who are victims too. What else do you want me to do? She gestures you to sit down on a bench. Though its age makes you look more like a rotten log with her hands on her sides, she looks across the hamlet. This will be easier for you. Though it will take you a fetid place, those cowards, the White Marshes, won't let us in. Not that I blame them, but they may welcome you. You have an enchantment all. Staring in your eyes, she speaks slowly as if giving orders to a child. Get there, through the bogs, spread by the western road, and look around. Count the woken or see which side of the village is poorly guarded. What weapons they have. What are they made of? She sits next to you, and her arms burden to your shoulders. She pulls you closer to her and leans you down. The delightful scent of myrtle doesn't make you more comfortable. I don't care about your trade. I need you as a spy, Karu. Why does everyone want me as a spy? Someone who can shut their lips when they speak to my enemies. She springs up, her mail jingling. I still have a small pouch ready for your return, or 2 healing potions are always useful. She sizes up to you, to a traveler. I'll get it done. I should go. I enter the hamlet. I should go and head to the pond. Man with a bare chest. And where do you think you're going? We need no spies around here. We ain't gonna keep an ugly mug safe from the monsters. Bay yourself in the tub inn. I go back to Karn. Gosh darn it, Glossia. Alright, to different parts of the forest. Goodness gracious. Okay, east. Oh gosh. Again with this. Okay. Sally stops back. Right in the middle of the road lies a cat on the size of a bear. Nasty pond water. You look around, there are no other monsters. Goodness gracious, we're gonna be killed. Okay, so there's this. I can't face the beast. I pull the reins gently. Solly gladly turns around. You go deeper into the woods. We won't reach the other side soon. I reach towards the gate. Alright, towards the gate. We're not taking any risks, bro. Oh gosh, I'm not taking any risks. I'm not taking any risks. Oh gosh, monkeys again. At least you shield yourself with your cloak, but the missiles. Oh, okay. It's the same thing, same old. Okay. Okay, travel. Okay, I'm going to... Should I go to Gale Rocks? Gale Rocks it is. Okay, Severina. Follow them inside. Okay. I'm trying to learn more about High Island. About the lost merchants. I'll tell you if I need anything. I need to have stronger evidence before I convert her about the collaboration with the bandits. Okay. Have you seen Asterion? Okay, so she says the same thing. Farewell. Batman, tell me about your services. Pay 0. Okay. Step away. Boatmaker Portia. I'd like a maid, please. Thank you. Yay. Okay, step away. Okay, then Fulvia. Ah, dang it. Okay, fine. An elder allows you to spend the night at their house. Oh, okay. I'm gonna rent. I'm gonna do labor. Okay. You wake up surrounded by darkness. The keeper's outside next to the door. The fishers are getting ready. Go ask for someone to load the wagons. Okay, so it says the same thing. Okay, let's take a bath. Okay, then step away. I want to go to the cook. I want to eat a meal. Pay 0. Step away. Travel. Okay, let's save first, then let's travel. Let's go to creeks. I go for Ila, about the eastern path. Oh. He leads on the table sweating. The days are getting shorter. Too late to start the journey? Gosh darn it. Okay. Tell you if I need something else. Efren about the hunters. Okay, I haven't found Dahlia yet. What the heck? Okay. Old Hava, the farmer. Travel, fine. Gosh, these people are really like, oh my goodness. Let's travel to Trail of the Green Mountains. Let's go to the small cave first. Okay, let's travel. The giant. Let's go to the giant. Okay, there you go. I kneel in front of the statue and speak the words of prayer I've learned. Wait, let's save. You place a blanket beneath your knees, you bow your head before and your stomach, and you stretch out your arms, reciting the strange sounds you've memorized, which sound you like the dragon's hiss. Sally grazes on the grass, unmoved by your efforts. Long minutes go by. Oh! Tiny stairs, white, blue, and orange, and yellow, emerge from the dark cloak, one after another. Some of them grow in size, intensity, while many more stay dim. After a few moments, they have no more. You get used to the hollow darkness between them. I don't need to memorize signs. I'll just write them down. You grab your wax tablet and copy the larger dots into forming a simple picture that's much easier to comprehend when it's flat. You double check your notes, then a few letters mark the specific colors just in case of its importance. Okay. Let's travel. Is that it? I guess we're going to the Green Mountain. Green Mountain Tribe. Ayo. A few armed villagers, the Saurian Router, are included and gathered at the entrance. Engage in a loud discussion. Once you dismount, they fall silent, giving each other angry scowls, then welcome you with cold nods. I show her my possessions. Do any of these interest you? There you go. She finds a few things in her tribe that could be of use, and puts them on unfolded blanket. Her neighbors gather around lightheartedly, commenting on the things that you carried at the mountain. There, cask of cider. You try to explain the cask but the word of cider means nothing to the locals. You call it sweet apple beer. Pointing to the tree behind you, a few locals are greatly impressed by taking a whiff, but you try to explain that it's not possible since it will spoil soon. After a short debate, the Saurian rider admits, "We drink water and milk, not beers. To skip is fine." Very well, take it. She gives you a few minutes to pack up your belongings, let your beast stay on the grass, and pats its side. It's safe here. After you teeter Sally to a tree, keeping it away from the most garden patches, you head to the cave mouth. The corridor goes down, getting darker only for a few steps, but seeing how often the locals go through without the source of light, you doubt that there's going to be any treacherous steps around you. Still, your guide leaves the shed with a lantern made of old brass, with windows engraved with winged dragons circling around the erupted volcano. I grab my crude lantern. The tongue sticking out of the entrance doesn't go on for long for some time. You descend gently and enter a set of spiral stairs. Once you reach the bottom, you encounter a spiral stairs. Once you reach the bottom, you find yourself at the bottom of the tunnels and chambers. Some of them sink in darkness. Others lit by campfires, with smoke leaving through the holes in the ceiling. Spread among the dozens of children and elders, but workbenches and other spots are worked by adults, some of them too busy to even spare you a look. There are woodworkers, water carriers, potters, flour millers, cooks. You hardly notice how stuffy the air is here. Seeing the consistently spacious corridors, conveniently wide enough for even an obese shell to squeeze through them, you can't tell them how many, or if any, the passages were not made by human hands. The entire walk takes a few minutes, but the sheer amount of rooms you walk by makes you lose your way many times before you reach your shortened path leads to the bright, warm chamber, to which the Saurian rider invites you with a gesture. You smell smoke humidity, and as you listen, humming stream reaches you from below, much louder cries of an infant amplified by an echo. I put away my lamp and I enter my chamber. Wow. The simple huts are short enough for you to see their hide-covered roofs from above them, and as you look through the ceiling, there's no water dripping from them. They don't offer much privacy either. Even if the entrances are covered with the curtain, the gaps between the bones let you peek inside, as if one day collapsed here from the surface, losing their purpose but remaining as a relic as the old way of living. While the grunts are only filled with furs and few pieces of clothing, the chambers is far away from empty. A few of the women, some are young, some of them in their 30s or 40s, are sitting around the campfire, feeding infants or playing with toddlers. There's a man stretching in a piece of leather on a tanning rack, and you hear splashes of water coming from the corner. When your eyes land on two people sitting the wooden stumps, their gaze marks their destination a step closer. They're sitting a few steps away from one another, and you're invited to sit down. The three of you form a triangle, and the air is heavy. Oh, guys, it's my sleepy time. It's my sleepy time. Okay, let me save real quick. Okay, I need to save here. Okay, at least I can go back here so that I can fix whatever I need to fix, like betray. I'll do this behind, like, if I have time. This is the load that doesn't have like me trying to uprise against you know, the mayor. So I might do this and then I might open this load next time, but we'll see. I'm not sure. But yeah, I have to return. I have to do a quick save, okay? And then I have to leave because it's my sleepy time. Okay? Wait. Okay. So, let's talk. I'm pissed off, if you can't see. I'm pissed off with well, not like how the story's going. I really like how the story's going. I'm really glad with like how four of the village Gale Rocks. I mean, we were enemies, but we are now friendos. Uh, old well, old Pagos were fine too. The monastery is good. Well, not good. Okay, we're going with old Pagos, Gale Rocks. The creeks, Foggies, and Eudosha, we're good. All 5 of them are good. But then you have frickin' she's pissing me off. Oh, the other one, the one in the corner, the one that I got mad at. Yeah, Howler's Dell. Really, like, I don't know how to fix that. I really don't know. I might go like behind without without streaming it, so that I'll try to not uprise. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I got really deep into this lore. I'm not gonna lie, I got really deep into the lore. I really want to do more of the whole thing. But I'm not sure. I think the next stream it's either the next stream I'll try to push through, and then another stream will be the last, or I might be too tired and be like, okay, the next stream might be the last stream. Okay, you guys? But yeah, of Roadwarden. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I don't know if you did, or if you didn't, you know what? Thanks for staying with me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. So tired. Can't bro. So sad too. I'm bittersweet, you guys. I'm bittersweet.